Good afternoon from Germany, ladies and gents. Welcome to ZSR and welcome to the next round of the Ocarina of Time Accessible Tournament, round number 1, with Juwk going up against my fellow German Letsklay. We had to start a little late because I was rushing home from work and Void, this Countess, who was planning to restream, couldn't make it. So yeah, we are a little late, but nonetheless, this will be lots of fun, so let's go over to the layouts and let's say hi to Chimpan Reef and to Grim Fairy, also to the trackers, to Justin, and
Hello,
to
everybody.
Hello.
to each master. So yeah, welcome. I gotta talk about one small thing before we start. If you didn't notice or if you didn't see the announcement, sadly, we had a ban in the tournament happening earlier, which I need to address. Halgarin, who beat Spike Vegeta in the first round, actually was banned for stream sniping. We found too many suspicious plays by him to let him continue to play. He said he didn't cheat, and of course there is no obvious proof, but the amount of suspicious stuff in his races made us, without a single person being against it, remove him and disqualify him from the tournament, which means Spike Vegeta will advance to round 2, and the loser of match number 3 will proceed to losers round 2. I'm saying that because I kinda don't want you to bug the commentators about it. This is already bad enough as it is, and I can assure you that we tried to handle this as professional and as beneficial for the community as possible. So if you have any questions, please send them to me or to staff, but preferably to me, and I guess that's all that needs to be said on the matter. Now, enjoy the race.
Thanks, Trez. Thanks for rushing home and having this get set up, and everyone behind the scenes that works on this. Ocarina of Time Randomizer for me is a really, really awesome community. The speedruns are fun, or I guess races are fun. It sucks when something like this happens, but I'm happy that it was taken care of in the manner that it was taken care of. It was very professional, it was done quickly, it was done without any sort of like rush job or inconsideration. So that's all that we'll say about that. But Chimpan Reeve, we're underway here.
Yep, we have got our start. Well said, gentlemen. Let's see what we have nice and early in Kokiri Forest. We had certainly a couple of troll seeds yesterday. With we won't go into spoilers in case you want to watch the VODs, but we had some some spicy hints very early on. Let's see what we managed to pick up.
Now we've got the Kokiri sword chest going first. Both runners going for it, and hey, magic.
Magic, nice and early.
It's one of those items that you don't really think about sometimes until it pops up as a necessary requirement for Shadow. Every once in a while you're looking for magic. I think there was a seed tournament that was basically the search for magic because they already found light arrows and everything else. They just didn't have magic.
Yeah, it's one of those things as well as a viewer. It's like you're like, oh, they only need this. It's like, wait, no, magic. You don't remember magic even as a viewer sometimes in terms of things they need to see. And strength 1 from Mido's house. Goodness.
Nope, I was expecting to see yet another item. Not the case, but still a pretty nice seed overall, start-wise. Magic and a strength upgrade already before we even leave Kokiri Forest.
Yeah, just $10. But strength 1 and magic, good start. Get things kicking off. Strength 1 is always something nice to find. Again, sort of like magic, it doesn't unlock many things on its own to start with, but it's one of those things you just sort of need for a lot of things later on.
Oh, Toxic Oxygen, I think it was saying in chat that seed that I was referencing was ATZ versus Ricaru.
Yep, I remember that, where there was a magic in fire, I believe.
I think so.
Yeah.
I may have even commentated that seed and I don't remember, but both runners going for the early Gerudo Valley into Lake Hylia play. That is something that I think we'll see that done a lot by some of the top runners, just because a lot of them like that information from the Gerudo Valley and Lake Hylia hint stones, and they're also just their execution is, top tier because they're top tier players, which allows them to be able to do this route without having to worry as much about the day-night cycle when it comes to getting back to Hyrule Castle once you're done.
Yeah, I was thinking to say that the depending on the way you do it as well, it can actually the day-night cycle can actually pay out really well. Excuse me, my dog is kicking off. Give me 1 second.
Yep, no problem. We got a hint stone that says that the Bolero song check will be Song of Time. So Bolero, Song of Time can be required and important, but Bolero is not exactly a rush job for finding that song. Won't be so important. But yep, and as stated, both Letsklay and Juwk are going to be going for Gerudo Valley checks. I will say, for me, and this is why I was saying that I think with the top runners we'll see this route pretty much exclusively minus like specific strategies trying to those 1v1 strategies where you're like, hey, I know this player does this, I'm gonna try and take advantage of that by putting that check off for later or something, or doing it early. You've got to make your way through Gerudo Valley into Lake Hylia, and it depends, as Chimpan Reaver was saying, you can go around the back, or the outside of Lake Hylia and get those 2 extra Gossip Stone hints, but you have to be you have to be pretty precise with your movement to be able to pull that off.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's just something which me as a casual runner, shall we say, I can't do it.
Yeah,
I normally end up missing out by a few seconds. It's quite frustrating.
Yeah, I usually can only do it if there is nothing in this under the waterfall heart piece, and then I can make that cycle without too much of a problem. But again, just a heart piece under the crate, and we'll see what's under the waterfall in a second here.
Can't quite see what it is.
I think
it's hover boots. Is that hover boots?
Oh, I was gonna say Deku nuts. But Juwk's going for it, so it must be something important. It's probably hover boots.
Oh,
just bomb juice. Those are still very nice.
Yeah, it's a good find without bombs for sure. We'll see how many bomb chews it is. If it's the 20 pack, that's a real nice find.
Oh, and there's nice Zora's River.
Zora's River. Now with bomb chews, that's a good find in tandem.
Yep.
Gets you there in child if needs be.
Yeah, bomb chews not in logic. So they're used to basically break a couple of checks in regards to whether you have the bomb bag or not, because bomb chews again are totally separate, which I think is really cool. It allows for a lot of different routing in the early game if you have bomb chews but no bomb bag, just because you've got to save the right amount of bomb chews and use them sparingly until you find that bomb bag. And I just like the way that it opens up the seed.
Yeah, it's one of the most interesting items you can find early, in my opinion. If you've got no bomb bag but you get 10 chews, it can drastically change the way the seed plays out. You get one person make a gamble on one check, find something important. One person's used all their chews by the time they get to that check, and they don't get it. It can really spice things up.
Oh yeah, definitely. And Juwk picking up the time-wise. Okay. Juwk picking up the Scarecrow song, which I think might actually also, that's another one of those little things you don't think about until you're an adult and you're like, I'm going to go somewhere, I need the Scarecrow song, and I still haven't said it as a child.
Yeah, getting it done early can be really useful.
But 40 Skulls is dead. Looks like it's just a heart piece, and Juwk did take a look at the underwater heart piece, the bottle, or not heart piece, yeah, underwater bottle location, and it was really red, so it was either a red rupee or maybe fire arrows. I could not tell.
Yeah, I couldn't quite tell what it was.
He was he was able to discern that much quicker than I was.
Yeah, there was a bit of a debate the other day. We saw a bit of a glimmer of gold, and we were all like, "Oh my god, it's strength 1." It was just a gold rupee. My failing eyes couldn't quite tell from this angle.
It's so much easier when you're I think when you're actually playing to be able to see it that quickly.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're the commentator, if you're watching on a stream or something and someone does that, it's just if you don't know what it is and you're not sure, you take that extra even just a split second to look at it a little closer. But when you're not sure and you've got to redo it, and it's oh well, I can't see what it is. But both runners struggling a little bit. Fish not cooperating.
Nope, not taking the bait today. Letsklay's asking a bit too much of that fish, if I'm honest. There we go. He's got his attention.
Juwk gets his fish. Letsklay. Oh, full heart container.
Our container, can't complain too much of that.
Nope, you've got to quit. There you go, Juwk. The number of times when I was first playing randomizer that I would try and leave with the fishing rod in my hand.
Every time. I still do that occasionally. I'll just try to leave, and it's like, hey, give me my rod back, you thief. Okay.
I'm like, but I already turned in the giant fish to get your heart piece.
I know, it's like, but...
Why didn't I also turn in the fishing rod?
I just like the idea of Link just no longer playing with the sword, but playing with a fishing hook. I think that could be a much better game.
That would be awesome. So it is the middle of the pack, the 10 bomb chew pack. What is it? I think it's 3 10 packs of bomb chews, 1 of 5 and 1 of 20.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, I don't remember how many 10 packs there are. It's either like 3 or 4. But 10's a pretty solid number. You still probably want to try and save scum at least a few of them if you're able to.
Yeah,
just in case.
Oh, August 40th is smashing the gift subs in. Thank you very much.
Yes. Awesome. Thank you very much.
Getting that up to the close to the 300 sub goal.
Juwk doing some rupee farming on top of the chains. Hyrule Castle is Letsklay following him in there basically.
Yeah.
Runners
And as we mentioned,
each other.
As we mentioned earlier, time of day, no issue for these guys. They are very succinct with their movement, so making it back with plenty of time.
Yep.
We'll see if they carry on through with adult or if they head back for Deku Tree. Rob Dog is going crazy at the lack of Deku Tree action at the start of this race, so we'll see when that kicks off, if ever.
No Deku Tree. Unfollow, unsubscribe. Buy those arrows that you don't have a bow for.
Hey, it's ambitious.
Oh,
one day he'll fall for it.
Interesting, Juwk buying the 4 Deku sticks and then going to shooting gallery. I always go straight to shooting gallery and then just forget to buy sticks. So I guess that's probably a smart play.
Yeah, I normally get the sticks first, because if you get the sticks and then all of a sudden shooting gallery happens to be like a gold rupee or something, then you've already got all your money back. You don't, you've bought 4 sticks. You can then spend the rest of that money on something else instead of not using the money you had at the time. But the chances of that are quite rare.
Unless you're Letsklay and you do what I do sometimes, which is your slingshot aim does not want to cooperate. Oh, and gets the 20 pack of Deku
capacity upgrade. Well, shut my mouth. That's made no difference whatsoever. But that is a nice find early. It's not an item.
Yep.
That's for progression. But there's nothing wrong with a Deku stick upgrade at all.
Oh, when I first started playing random, it was one of those upgrades where I was like, no, I don't want to see this. And then I'm like, now that I've been playing for a while, it's like, all right, 20 Deku sticks, yes. I will happily take those.
Get you some early skulls, can set you up for the inevitable 6th medallion Jabu play late on.
Yes.
Always Jabu. Alright, what we got? Hyrule Castle, the way of the hero. We've got Colossus right hand is double defense. The claim check in the Composer's Grave and Desert Colossus, way of the hero. Okay.
That's all the way of the hero hints, isn't it? Or is that only 3?
No, that's 2, right? Have we seen 3?
Zora's River was a way of the hero. Desert Colossus is a way of the hero, and Hyrule Temple.
Yeah, it's Hyrule
so that's
Castle,
3.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 3. Yeah. I don't know why I said 4. I think I was thrown when I saw that the Composer Grave check is claim check.
Yeah. We'll see if that comes into play. The stones are water, fire, and forest. That is not a bad set of stones whatsoever.
Nope. I've said this before. I always hesitate when Forest Temple winds up being a stone dungeon, because to complete the game, even if you have a medallion and get really lucky with the way that the rest of the seed kind of progresses, you're almost certainly going to have access to full clearing Forest Temple.
Yeah. Yeah, but the forest temple is a tricky one. It's like, well, when do you go forest because you're going to get the items early? Do you ever dip a stone forest? It's one of those things that sort of sits on your mind for the entire seed.
Is it bait? Is it not bait?
Yeah.
And it's such a linear dungeon. You've got to progress. It takes a while. Can take a while to kind of progress through it, and
Yeah.
deciding when to leave. I've seen that also decide seeds. So.
Oh yeah, just you find something early on. It's all right, cool. Don't need to finish this, and then all of a sudden something else is further into forest. It's a unpopular opinion, but forest is my least favorite temple.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's my least favorite. It's way too linear. All you do is push a load of blocks and stab a load of ghosts. It's just not that fun.
The Bulldog of Destiny, coined by Spike Vegeta, next to Hyrule Castle Town, just a heart piece. This is one of those with bomb cheese. That's one of those checks that I tend to do. I either A, tend to kind of forget when I mean to do it, or B, tend to try and save scum. I do that like at a time in which I'm gonna just save and reset anyway, just because it's an easier like single off check. And Juwk making the call to go to Zora River as an adult to follow that way of the hero.
Makes sense. It makes perfect sense. It's not what Letsklay is going for. He's opting for CAC first. Maybe he'll head to River after CAC, but we shall wait and see. Of course, one thing we didn't touch upon is that the Deku Tree is the Forest Medallion, so that's a nice, easy extra song check.
Yep, that'll be nice. They'll go back to being a kid here after this early adult, and will pretty much. I mean, no one, even if you don't know whether it's a medallion or a stone, almost no one skips Deku Tree now unless you've got like a berry and know it's a stone somehow.
Yeah.
So
the chances of not doing Deku Trees. Oh, I didn't see what it is, but Juwk has seen something. Potentially the hook shot there. I couldn't quite see it properly.
I did not see it either. I was watching Redead Grotto and Kakariko having just a blue rupee. Juwk getting that jump first try, and that is a
hook shot.
It's a real hook shot. Yeah. I've been fooled one too many times by ice traps.
Oh.
Now I'm just like, is it real?
The hook shot trap on the ATZ Cola race is one of the finest ice bait traps I've ever seen.
Oh, I must have missed that.
Goodness gracious, it was superb.
I've been scarred. There was that one seed I did where it was hookshot in back of Lon Lon for the one of the qualifiers. Hookshot in back of Lon Lon was a fake, and then there was a strength upgrade that was my silvers in Ice Cavern. It was also a fake. And it was just like, it was so depressing.
Yeah, I think the one that got me the most was the fire arrows on the Gerudo Valley crate chest, which ended up losing like half the runners cuckoos, so they never actually made it to the waterfall.
Yes,
that was pretty good.
I went early adult on that and got back to the Gerudo Valley check, and I remember being like, "Oh, fire arrows! I don't need those. I had dins, I think." But I picked them up anyway, and it was a nice trap. And I'm just like, "God, mother." Speaking of fire arrows,
Water Temple is barren. That's something we just saw there. That is a fantastic piece of news.
Wow, yeah, that is actually. Well, I mean, no one wants to go to water anyway, but it's just nice to feel like, oh, I don't have to worry about Water Temple.
Yeah, my favorite barren hints are telling me that 2 of my stones are barren. They're, in my opinion, they are the best barren hints you can get. Because you always sit there and wonder about whether you need to do your stone dungeons. So getting your stone dungeons confirmed as dead is delightful.
Yes. Well, rip the dream. No Zelda's Lullaby on the Windmill Man. It's like the best outcome for these early adults, I think, is that getting Zelda's Lullaby on Windmill. All of a sudden, you walk your way into the graveyard, and you're like, "Hey, I can get another song."
Yeah, well, the meta's changed a little bit. You know, people used to rush Zelda's Lullaby almost straight away and sort of get into CAC with at least 2 songs, but now it's traditionally adult 1 nice and early, get that 1 song just from the Song of Storms vanilla check, and that's a silver scale right there. That is a nice find. Easy travel between the lake and Zora's Domain.
Yep. Also, that forest, the Lost Woods shortcut as a child, also pretty helpful.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna get a peek at that. Oh, just a blue ruby.
Yep, nothing special there.
So Juwk following Letsklay into Kakariko Village now. And we've got a Dampe race on our hands. Dampe does not like me at all. I don't know why. I don't know what I did to him in another life.
Now, what's been happening to me lately is in the second door that closes, he will drop a bit of fire right in the door so that I'll roll into it. The door will close, but the fire will knock me behind it, and I'll have to restart the race. That happened to me about 3 times in a row the other day, and I lost my mind. See, like that, but like 2 centimeters further ahead, it just resets the race.
Dampe is a troll. No matter what, Dampe is always a troll.
Yeah, he's normally a champe, but oh boy, he's been kicking my behind lately.
That voiding stuff is that happened to me. How many times did I have to do the Dampe race? 3 times on the restream when I got restreamed during a qualifier. This is like, really, Dampe? Really? But Dampe won done by Letsklay at a pretty solid time. Be opening that chest. Just a blue ruby.
Just $5, nothing special.
I have seen a couple of runners skipping the graveyard, or maybe not the graveyard, but the Dampe checks a little more, I think.
Yeah, it's sort of like go adult, go to CAC, but then go to sort of Death Mountain Trail instead of the graveyard. I've been seeing that as well.
Yeah, because I see it both ways. Like I see the normal route. I call it normal. I see the I'll call it standard routing that has been done before, which is basically the Dampe Dampe racing, and then now I see some people who are like, oh, I'm just gonna skip Dampe for a while because it is it's like a minute a piece for each race. It's only a minute per check's not like great efficiency when you've got the entire early game seed available, but we're gonna see Andrew.
$5 more and some extra bomb shoes from Dampe 2.
Wow.
That's not terrible. That's a 20 pack as well, so that's essentially all their explosive worries now covered.
Is that a bow?
That's a bow. That is a bow in Imper's house.
Cow bow. Got rhymes. Got a rhyming cow.
So that's Forest is already open. And again, we're now sitting here thinking, well, Forest is open, but it's a stone. When do you make the play to try Forest?
Well, let's see. I think that what winds up happening is if I'm the runners, I'm thinking about this. That's when I start to have to, this early, I have to start thinking about the song access. Yeah. You need Zarya Song or you need Minuet of Forest to get there as an adult. I mean, obviously we can I think all the top 32 runners can. Wow, more bomb juice. The seed is going here. No bombs, but have bomb juice. Because one of the others were River Heart piece was bomb juice too. But yeah, the Forest Temple, like pretty much the top 32, I'd assume can Mido skip without much of a problem.
Yeah.
But logically, the game requires you to have Zarya's Song or Minuet of Forest to get there. So yeah, so Rob Dog in chat saying if you don't have a Forest Song, don't go in there. No. Yeah, it's like this early as a stone dungeon. Yeah, don't go there without a song.
Absolutely not. And especially whilst you've got Dodongo's Cavern, you've got Deku Tree, both medallions, both fully available with the items we've got right now. So smash those first before even thinking about Forest for sure.
And I think Letsklay is following the way of the hero into Zora River.
Yeah, I'd be very surprised. Very surprised if he doesn't go straight there.
Because normally what I do is I go up the Death Mountain Trail and check the heart piece above Dodongo's Cavern, which also allows the time of day to switch to night, so I can go warp back and instantly get Richard before doing Zelda's Lullaby check. But so this is also going to work out just like that. It's going to switch the time of day, night to day, or night to day, day to night for Letsklay as long as he's fast enough, while also doing these river checks.
Yeah, he might actually choose to stay adult and do Dodongo's Cavern as well. Well, we don't know quite yet because he can do it with the bomb shoes he's got. He's got Strength 1 to finish off. Well, I guess he can't quite get into to face the big lizard, but he can get most of the way through.
I mean, he could use a bomb chew to do that.
Oh yeah, no, sorry, I'm thinking the wrong way. He can, yeah, he can fully do the Dongo's
Yeah.
cannon with.
I mean, he just have to, like, without a shield, you can't bomb to drop it, so you'd have to just time it.
Yeah.
And no nuts, so you also can't do it that way. Letsklay doing a slightly, I guess, I don't know. Juwk's setup was so much cooler. Letsklay's doing I guess the standard normal setup and is struggling a little bit. It's very like that weird precise. I think a lot of the slightly longer adult jumps are these weird like get yourself right up against the wall. Yeah, there we go. Look, good job, Clay. Where you get yourself right up against the wall and do that jump perpendicular. So, and it is a real hook shot. Day-night cycle is going to tick over very soon for Letsklay. So he's going to have to make a decision based on that. Oh, and there it is. So it's just that concern when you're in without Sunsong where you're like, I wish to know what Richard was because I always do that check and the one time I miss it.
Yeah, it's not one you fancy skipping. You know, it's not like cuckoos and stuff where you can sort of get away with leaving a sphere 0 for later. Richard, you really don't want to leave for too long.
Yep. And
it's a very easy and quick check.
And I feel like it's very much in that same vein of the Dompe grave digging check, where you're just like, without Sunsong and the ability to control the time of day, you're gonna struggle a little bit possibly to get there at the right time, because especially Dompe grave digging is only for like the first 4 hours, whatever that is, of the night. It's like it's like as soon as it turns night to like midnight or something, which is even less time than just the day-night cycle. So you're like, you have to get there very specific time-wise.
Yeah, completely.
And it's just without Sunsong that can be difficult. So when you screw it up early game and you're like, I don't know if there's a Sunsong coming up for me to be able to be like, oh, I can get this now finally. Yeah, it can be a little bit of a drain just thinking about it. Juwk picking up the Sunsong. Or Sunsong. I'm so obsessed with Sunsong now. Song of Time.
Song of Time on Bolero, and worth pointing out that Juwk has 43 bomb shoes. So he's I have never seen this many bomb shoes this early ever. That's an incredible amount of explosives.
It is, yeah. Letsklay with the this is actually good, works out for him. He got the scale before going to Lost Woods, so he's going to go into the Lost Woods through that shortcut as an adult. Do Mito skip. Hey, first try, nicely done. Gonna grab a couple of, I'm assuming he's grabbing the song, but he's also gonna be able to grab does not have enough rupees for the Deku Scrub as I look, but he is going to grab the Sacred Forest Meadow Grotto, and he'll probably wind up grabbing the other grotto in Lost Woods that requires bombs.
For sure. He'll also get 3 hints very early, which is very powerful. We can just see on Juwk's screen there that the crater heart piece is a heart piece. So nice and vanilla there.
Yep. Juwk doing this is probably expected of the number 2 seed in the tournament, but Juwk doing an excellent job movement-wise. He's got 5 hearts, but he only had 4 hearts, which is, time limited in Death Mountain Crater, making it look easy. I'm usually like panicking with 3 or 4 hearts in these situations where I'm like, time's gonna run out. Just another heart piece.
Bumping him up to 5 hearts as well. That's another reminder that the claim check is in the Composer grave, which is I'm sure not something that they're fond of seeing.
Yep. It is
only the claim check.
Yeah, it is the claim check, so it's like as soon as you get it, hey, in a slingshot for Juwk, that's a nice find before you go back to being a child. Just targeting the woods out of the way on your first go through the Lost Woods, and Letsklay pulling off the glitchless jump. No need to bomb drop.
I need to learn that so badly.
Oh, and there's Biggeron. He's just so
he's dead. Poor Biggeron is dead.
Yep. Death Mountain Crater is way of the hero. So there are still. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go on, dude. It's fine.
Oh no, I was just going to say. I was like, oh, that's the slingshot, and then I was like, well, maybe not. There's still a lot of checks left there.
Well, to be honest, I think it's a slingshot or the crater fairy, because the heart piece was vanilla. There was nothing in the grotto, so unless the crater fairy has something, it could well be the slingshot.
Could also be Song of Time.
Oh, of course, yeah, it could be Song of Time, but that would specifically only be for Deep Fire or the toilet because water is barren.
Yeah. So Letsklay. You know what? I'm all right with this. This is the number 2 seed against the number 31 seed. Letsklay's making the play, making the call. Forest Temple's gonna have something.
I'm not sure on this call. This is so early to be doing a stone dungeon.
Oh my
goodness.
god! It's hover boots.
Oh my word!
All right.
Ignore everything I just said.
I was gonna say the same. I was like, if it was me, even if I was like, because I would have been like the 31, 32 seed, that sort of like seeding. If it was me, probably wouldn't have made this play without a song, but whew, what a payoff. An instant too. That is a little like that does make it more likely that when if Juwk decides, hey, I have all this stuff for Forest, I'm gonna go in, he's gonna find those hover boots right away.
That is an interesting find that quick. My word.
We are Din's Fire away, well, and Nocturne of Shadow, but we are Din's Fire / Nocturne of Shadow away from having Shadow Temple available, open, in full clear.
Yep, and that would be, including Dodongo's Cavern and Deku, that would be 4 medallions, just straight up.
Yo, Clay playing with fire there.
I'd have died. I'm just gonna come out and say it. I would have died.
Oh, without crouch stabs?
9 times out of 10, I would have not survived that.
Yep. Without crouch stabs, I would have been like, this is difficult. Leave me alone. So, let's see how far into the dungeon Letsklay goes. I think what you normally. Oh, he's okay, he's gonna leave.
He's out. You know what? I think this.
That's interesting. I always, if I'm gonna dip fire, if I'm gonna dip forest like this, I'm gonna go all the way up. I'm gonna do the 2 checks, of course, that Clay did, and then I'm gonna also do the courtyard checks.
Yeah.
And then underwater. That's where I'll stop and be like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same. I'll full clear the courtyard if I'm going to dip it, because you don't end up going up that long winding path. You don't waste time. So next time you enter Forest Temple, if you do need to go any further, you literally go in, walk left, and you're essentially where you were. So
exactly.
Don't much time bailing there.
So Letsklay, Warp, and Bolero. Oh wow, Juwk is actually well, I mean, it's obvious because you're gonna get the song, which was Sun's song. From the Forest Temple check, but
we'll see if he dips.
Yeah.
Letsklay is going to die.
Well, it does look that way. Oh yeah, no, he's got no time.
No, he's going to die.
Oh no, this is.
I'm not sure. Does this reset your timer if you're not?
It does. It does not. No. I've run into this a few times.
Letsklay's going to die.
Yep, and warping back does not do it. Does not do a darn thing. Because I thought if you warped like out and then back, yes, but yeah, just warping straight back to another like timer area does not work.
Feels bad, man.
Yup. He may have if he had been able to work brain work. If he had been able to actually like pull out a bomb chew and had been able to hit that boulder for the grotto, he would have had to have done it really well and accurate because there was rocks in the way. But if he'd been able to do that, he may have been able to run in like the frame before it hit 0.
They're literally dropping as it hit. Yeah, missed the first hook shot. He could have voided out by just bailing off the ladder, or he could have just been a little bit more efficient. But never mind. 30 seconds wasted.
Wow, and Juwk's going into forest too.
He's going into forest, so he's not going to fall behind on that harvest check.
I'm always I mean, we were talking about like probably don't go in without an actual like forest song, but I've also been like when forest is a stone, even when it's a stone, if I don't have a like warp song right there and I'm there with the ability to go into it, so I feel like that actually might be a smart play where you're like, I've got the ability to go in here. I don't know if I'm ever gonna really like come back without making like a real like choice of, hey, I'm gonna go full clear forest because I got nothing else left to do. A stone forest. I don't know when you're gonna be back.
what this does do, as well as just the item, this does give them a lot of information. You know, they know that Forest is locked behind either Saria's Song or Minuet. Depending on where they might be, will depend on the logic of the seed, because Hovers is behind it and Shadow is required. So they might get a bit more than just the item from this, but we'll have to wait and see as we go.
That is a good point. Juwk also in his player profile mentioning that he likes that whole figuring out the seed thing with the working on trying to figure out where everything is and how everything fits together. So it's a Juwk seed.
It's fixed.
He's got all the numbers, like that meme, going around his head, and the figures and the diagrams. He's like, all right, if Forest had the hover boots, and then that means that this song must be there with that song there.
Well, speaking of memes, both of their favorite memes is that Deep Fire exists. So let's see if that manages to pull through this seed.
Yeah, let's see. Do they both instantly, as soon as they have basically access, go Deep Fire, or do they both avoid it like the plague?
Maybe they've made a plan before the race even started. 50 skulls dead, that's what everyone likes to see.
No, I think we've seen 40, and now, yeah, I think we've spent 50, so 30 still in the pool. 30 is pretty easy, and a lot of the top runners work in 20 skulls as they're routing early game. So also shout out to the fact that I always seem to forget that not that it applies to this seed, but Kakariko Way of the Hero can mean skulls.
Yeah, it's a Way of the Hero is an interesting one because there are so many things. Like, you could get 2 items you don't think you need, you can get 2 other items, there's a song, there's 5 skull checks, it's endless the amount of checks you can get there. It's one of my least preferred Way of the Hero checks, I think.
Yeah, agreed. Especially when I get it and I'm like, well, I want to full clear my Way of the Hero, hence I gotta go do chickens. So Juwk is actually gonna full clear out the courtyard.
Yeah, we'll see if he goes any
Letsklay did not do. Yeah, I can't see him going much further without a shield.
Yeah, especially, as I say, especially with Deku and Dodongo's Cavern as open as they are, going full clearing forest seems like a overly risky move to me. And he's out.
Yeah. So he's gonna Bolero. If he's playing Bolero instead of like save quitting, although we'll see right here. All right, he's gonna leave. Nope, I thought he was gonna go dip fire in this situation, but fire another stone dungeon.
Yeah, now dipping fire. Now that would have been a bold move. But it looks like he's just
fire
going
meme
through, perhaps to Dodongo's, because has he done forest? He's done the forest checks, right? I'm not sure if he's done Boulder Maze, but he might be going straight to Dodongo's Cavern.
He did Boulder Maze. Yeah, he's going for the Heart Piece, the Death Mountain Trail check.
Yep,
yeah, I'm trying to. I don't think either of them did the. Well, I guess we'll never know what that Dodongo's Cavern Heart Piece is. I don't think either of them did the bombable. Sorry, just hit my mic. Bombable grotto in Lost Woods. I mean, the one with the Deku scrubs. I know that when I think Clay went through, he didn't have enough rupees at the time to do it. But neither of them went back for the one just outside Goron City. Although I guess that makes sense. You'll grab that as a kid. You can grab that as a kid without a problem. So. We are still waiting to see what's on Ocarina of Time.
We don't have any of the sort of quality of life / irrelevant songs yet, so it could be Prelude or Serenade. That's Requiem of Spirit on Hyrule Castle / Zelda's Lullaby, so that's that Way of the Hero.
That is an important song to get in this situation. Ooh, Time of Day is going to mess with Letsklay here. Normally, a lot of the runners go for straight to Lon Lon Ranch, get the song, get the 2 checks out of the way. You don't ever have to go back to Lon Lon Ranch. But he wasn't going to make it before it turned to night.
Nope.
So he's going to go back in and grab Richard. He'll probably save reset, do Deku Tree, and then on his way back from there, I would assume he'll eventually go to Lon Lon Ranch.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, they've got Sun Song, so there's no real reason to skip on the
Oh,
check
yeah,
they
that's
wanna
right.
do, but we'll see. Maybe he just wanted to do Richard first.
Hey,
And
another
it's
bow.
Another bow. Okay, swimming in bows today.
First, a cow had a bow, then a dog had a bow. Quick, what's another animal check that we can has the third bow?
Frogs too.
Frogs. No. Frogs 2 has to have like Din's Fire or Mirror Ship. Yeah, frogs. Frogs would be a funny bow check.
I think the only memes we haven't hit so far in the brackets are Frogs 2 and Skull Mask. So one of those is going to be worth something in this race. I can feel it.
Have we seen? That's another thing actually. Have we seen a Frogs 2 hint yet?
I have not seen a Frogs 2 hint
because
yet.
Frogs 2 is one of the just like Bigoron is one of the always on hints. So
yeah, as far as I can tell, we haven't had Ocarina of Time, we haven't had Frogs 2, we haven't had 30 Skulls, and there's potentially one other thing we haven't had.
Alright, so chicken minigame for Letsklay as Juwk is continuing to go through his... Did he like not have to backflip there? What the hell was that? Oh, he's got hover boots.
Yep.
Oh, that was cool. Alright, that was smooth.
Worth knowing that nothing has been in Dodongo's cavern so far. It's completely empty.
Yeah. On the plus side, you will get a medallion out of it.
Absolutely.
It's like back in the day when you used to do Deku Tree without looking at the pillar the altar as an adult, and so you never were sure if it was a medallion or a stone, and you go through and be empty, and then you'd be like at the end you're like, please be a medallion, please be a medallion, please be a medallion.
Yep, then it shows up in a stone and you're really disappointed at yourself.
And you're just like, well, at least pretty much everyone else is gonna have done this. Hey,
shield.
never buy a shield.
Juwk. There we go.
Barrel is a happy man.
Well, that's Nocturne from Malon, so we're almost in full clear shadow mode.
Oh, that's of all the songs, that's the one that you do not like. As you get going, that's the one that you want to see pretty early, just to be able to breathe that sigh of relief. That okay, I don't have to go Ocarina of Time all dungeons to get Nocturne of Shadow. There is still, I will point this out because I am a sadist. There is still a point, I'm not, but there is still a point that I think Zelda's Lullaby could potentially be on Ocarina of Time. While Water Temple is a stone dungeon, there is a chance that the boss key gets placed in such a way that you actually can be required by logic to do Water Temple without Zelda's Lullaby.
Yeah, I believe I think there's 2 checks that you've got in water which don't require Zelda's Lullaby. So if the boss key is on either of those 2 checks, then it's not required.
Just a heart piece for Letsklay in the back of Lon Lon that he saw, didn't get. And a full heart container, I think, on top of the Colossus Arch. Ocarina of Time is Epona's song.
Epona's song. That's maybe good, maybe bad. We'll have to wait and see. And just a heart container on the crater beam.
I think that is just... Because Water Temple is a stone dungeon, you would need long shot anyway, so I think that means that it's Ocarina of Time is just locking the horse archery checks.
Yes.
And that's it. Conceivably, in other seeds, not in this one, it could lock the GTG and even Spirit Temple access, depending upon whether you get Requiem of Spirit ahead of time. But because, again, you need long shot to beat Water Temple, and you can long shot across the gap instead of using Epona's song. Epona only locking horse archery in this seed. So.
Yep, but the longer the long shot...
Or Frogs too.
...doesn't show its face, the happier they'll be. No one wants the decision to go to GTG if they can help it, so if it's just completely locked out of logic, that's absolutely fine.
And yeah, that is all 4 Way the Hero hints. Wait, is it? Hold on, what?
Yeah, we've had forts. We've had Zora River, Desert Colossus, Hyrule Castle, and Desert Mountain Crater.
Yep, you're right.
No.
And that's all right. So I would have probably wound up doing this anyway, but Letsklay. That's why Letsklay might be going for the early child spirit play because of Requiem of Spirit off of Impa.
Yeah, as I say, I think there was a hint for one of the hands, potentially the left hand, just having a heart piece.
I thought I could be wrong, but I thought the right hand had. That was a neat backflip to get the.
Yeah, that was nice, right?
The Anubis
I was
thing.
there looking at that. Oh, that's very good.
That was pretty.
Yeah, double defense. That's it. Chat saving my backside with double defense
And the right hand.
One of the hands.
So is it? All right, hold on. I wanted to ask this actually when it popped up, but other things happened. Is it right hand meaning the right hand of the Colossus or the right side hand?
It's the
looking
right
at the Colossus?
hand of the Colossus.
Okay.
So the child side.
Gotcha.
Iron knuckle.
Okay. That's what I thought, but I was like, when I was thinking about it, I was like, I can ask this question. Also,
But
yeah.
Knowing that, do you carry on as child spirit here?
Me personally, yes, I would, for two reasons. One is because I tend to do that anyway, because I don't mind doing child spirit as an child spirit checks. Although I would have probably saved, just because I like to save scum keys, just in case. But if you also want to think about it, like I said, I normally would have done this anyway, just because you don't. Without silver gauntlets, you can't access any of this, and it doesn't happen often, but I think the logic could lock silver gauntlets / gold gauntlets behind you doing these child checks in Spirit Temple.
Yeah, it can. But me personally, making this call before Deku Trees, interesting.
Yeah, that I'll say. I will say that it's buoyed. Clay's decision is buoyed by the fact that Spirit Requiem of Spirit could be Way of the Hero.
Oh, well, I mean, it's a medallion at the end of the day, so it's going to be something they have to do. But we know full well that Deku Tree is a forest medallion, so it unlocks a check. It could be Zelda's Lullaby. There could be something on the fairy, because we know that Desert Colossus is Way of the Hero, so... I'm not sure I do this before Deku Tree.
Ooh, Buggeron Sword. That's actually a nice little grab early. But yeah, I will agree. This is not a set of checks I would probably wind up doing before, like, grabbing Deku Tree and Zarya's Song and Lostwood stuff. Especially, again, this is unlikely, but especially when Death Mountain Crater got Way of the Hero'd and you found a slingshot there, I probably do Deku Tree, and because, you know, I mean, you have to do it anyway for the medallion, but and also that target in the woods.
Yeah. Chat asking what the Requiem song is. I don't know what the Requiem song is. I'm not sure. I'm not sure he went out, did he?
Yeah, he did not. He went in, and he'll probably. I would assume when he's done in here, he'll save quit and then run out. He's got to remember to run out, because I've done it where I've save quit and then just warped. Or save quit, run out, or save quit, like, you know, it's like you've got to remember to save quit and run out. But and yeah, he tried to flame storage and he failed it. The stick burned away on him. So
I remember once having done all of Spirit. I finished it, left, forgot to check the song in its entirety, and it was Requiem. I was like, well, I'm not going back there anytime soon. Turns out Desert Colossus Fairy had light arrows.
Oh no.
I felt really bad.
Oh, he tried to do it without the storage, glitchless. Okay, yeah, I saw him try and do it. I just didn't know if it was glitchless or not. So just a blue rupee there. He's trying to. Looks like he knows that check behind Iron Knuckles as a kid is double defense, and he decides to not get it.
Just contemplating it. Nothing in the end on Child Spirit. Don't quite know where he's going now, though.
Oh, that was interesting. So yeah, he warped out to Child Spirit, or to Child Spirit. He warped out to Spirit so he could run back.
Oh, run back and get the song. Yeah, okay.
I'm not sure if that's faster, maybe?
It's...
Ooh, Zelda's Lullaby.
There we go, Zelda's Lullaby. And now we can check the fairy, because we
I would check the fairy right now. That's
I mean, there's a high chance that that is the way of the hero for Desert Colossus, but I'd absolutely go and check it anyway.
We have been talking an awful lot about
And
Let's.
he's
He
not
doesn't
going
do
to
it.
check it.
Always full clear your way of the hero areas.
Oh, I'm not sure how I feel about that. That's interesting.
Yeah, we've been talking a lot about Clay, but Juwk is doing child chickens.
I'm just struggling to see why Deku Tree isn't being done. I'm sure Rob Dog is pulling his hair out. The lack of Deku Tree right now. But it looks like Letsklay is on his way, so we'll see what's there.
Letsklay heard you. He's like, I can hear someone in the ether complaining incessantly about not doing Deku Tree. I will finally please this.
Fine, I'll do it.
Please this be. But yeah, no, these are all very interesting. Like I don't exactly blame Juwk. This may be a part of the route he normally winds up doing. You know, is getting child chickens out of the way, or maybe this is a decision he's making based upon who knows what. By the way, hope for the bow. That way all of the animals had bows. Oh, and why is Andrew's freaking talk box so long? Like,
oh, it's almost as bad as the Composer grave that you roll past when you drop down from Nocturne. Oh, every time.
Yep. Yeah, and Clay must have Clay must have just forgotten about the Colossus Fairy. He must have just been thinking as he like went in and out, he was like, all right, I'm going to save quit. I'm going to go to Deku, because I've done that where you're like, all right, I'm going to save quit. I'm going to go to Deku Tree. You're planning out your next 5-10 steps down the road. And then you get Zelda's Lullaby and you're like, oh, cool, Zelda's Lullaby, save quit. Yeah. Deku Tree. And then it's like 5 minutes later, you're like, ah, crap.
Oh,
whoa, there's
long shot. Okay,
well,
that's a...
Wow, all right.
So that is a Sphere 0 hook shot with a Sphere 1 long shot on Zora's River, and that was Way of the Hero. So long shot is required?
I mean,
unless Frogs has something, the long shot is Way of the Hero.
So, all right, someone in chat, like I know the lens settings are just for the treasure chest minigame. Is reverse wasteland is not in logic though.
No, it's not in logic.
So longshot, if longshot is Way of the Hero, that could just be referring to, hey, you've got to go to GTG.
Yeah, it could be that, or it could be shoot the. Well, no, I guess it can't be shoot the sun.
It could be shoot the sun.
No, it could be if iron boots are somewhere deep, then it could be shoot the sun.
I had a seed that had iron boots required, that had iron boots on shoot the sun.
Hey. The second Deku Stick capacity upgrade, that's not bad at all.
Yeah.
30 sticks, never worrying about that. We've got infinite resources with bomb choosing sticks right now. It's looking pretty good.
Juwk's like, I'm the number 2 seed for a reason. I'm gonna check every little inconvenient thing and get it out of the way. Check out the Tektite Grotto or the Inat Grotto.
Whilst wearing the blue ruby. Mask.
Yeah, he's also got the Keaton mask. So he's gonna go, it looks like he's angling for Lon. I'd assume he's also setting this up to do Grampe grave digging at night. He'll turn in the Keaton mask, he'll get the Grampe. He's a grumpy Grampe. Yeah, and get that out of the way. And then he'll probably get Skull Mask, and he'll just do basically all of the Lost Woods, and Deku Tree, of course, at the same time. I should like trademark Grampe here.
I feel you should change your name from Grim to Grampe. Grampe Fairy.
Grampe Fairy. The Grampe Fairy check.
Okay, well that long shot certainly made things interesting. We'll see how it plays as we go further down the line. No bombs for Letsklay here, but it's B1 skip is fairly trivial to the runners that are this good.
Yeah, it can be a bit finicky at times. I've had moments where like I have to do it a couple of times for some, like, and I don't feel like I do things all that differently, and I'm like, it's just not working, and then it works fine, and I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah, I don't struggle. It frustrates me when I don't get it, because there's seemingly no reason why I don't get it in comparison to why I do. just that one frame left or right. They're just like, nope, not today.
Yeah. People have told me it's like, oh, it's very exact where you have to be, and I swear to God, I've been like many frames off and gotten it, and then done it another time and many frames the other way and gotten it, and I'm just like, I don't understand. But hey, it's a Ocarina of Time video game.
Okay, get the one cycle on Goma. They're good enough for it, but even if they weren't, they had the slingshot, which is essentially free.
Oh God, I can't. Single cycling Goma is one of those things that like I had practiced it and had gotten it down to like really pat, and then all of a sudden it was like we got near the start of the qualifiers for the season, and I couldn't single cycle Goma to save my life.
I'm terrible at it. I'm so bad at getting the single cycle on Goma. It hurts. I spent like 45 minutes practicing it one time. By the end of it, I was just like, I'm done with this. I'm fed up. I can't. It's just so frustrating. I should be able to do it.
Juwk getting his Zelda's Lullaby off the Requiem check. Interesting that Clay did not check the Gossip Stone hints around Deku Tree. I usually wind up backwalking around the Deku Tree to get those hints.
Yeah, well,
he
he
may be
might feel
thinking
he has enough information by now that he doesn't need to go and do them.
Juwk seeing that full heart container on top of the arch that will never be gotten. It will be a broken heart.
Forever alone.
Yep. And another bigger on crafting the Deku stick upgrade. And Juwk is going to go into Spirit Temple. We'll see how far he goes.
Maybe he'll just do the first two checks.
Yeah,
maybe he'll do the whole thing and then sort of... I mean, I know I'm terrible and 116th in the standings, but I still can't get over the idea of doing this before Deku Tree, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat where I'm just like the way that 30 skulls is Iron Boots. So what's interesting is that's not required.
Oh, that's interesting.
Maybe the only way that's required is if you need opponent's song for horse archery.
So
because Water Temple is barren.
It's worth pointing out that Iron Boots have been on both 20 skulls and 30 skulls in 2 of the last 3 seeds.
Okay, I'm wrong. Iron Boots could also be required if the toilet in GTG is something because Song of Time is required.
Yeah. Well,
if
Song of Time is potentially Way of the Hero.
Yes, and that was what I was thinking. Is Song of Time is potentially Way of the Hero.
So they've got Long Shot, they've got Song of Time, they've got Iron. Well, they know where Iron Boots is. How long before we see Ganon's toilet?
Yeah, this is a tough seed in the sense of, all right, that's the second time that someone has done that backflip after shooting that. I can't believe that works.
Yeah, that's something that I'm going to do every time, and it'll just never work for me for some reason.
I was going to say, that's something I will instantly do the next time I do a seed or a raise, and it won't work the first, like, 2 or 3 times. And I'll just be like,
100%.
Why?
See, I do the one where you jump off forwards and jump attack with the Deku stick at the same time, so you void out anyway, but the stick just gives you a bit of extra reach. But it's 50-50 on that one for me. It sometimes works, sometimes terrible. And Juwk deciding that he wants more of Spirit as Child, so he's venturing a little bit deeper.
Yeah, something interesting I'll say, is Letsklay goes into Goron City and then back out. Because he doesn't want to... What's really weird is I'm starting to think to myself, these runners are like doing this seed and they're like, still no bombs, huh? Alright, well maybe I do have to be concerned about the number of bomb chews I have left. Usually you get up into the 30s and you're like, dude, just, like bomb chew, bomb chew, bomb chew.
Yeah,
here you're like...
There's a sculpture, that bomb chew it. Let's just waste them, it's fine.
Here you're like, what's going on?
I'd like to think they're not going to struggle for chews, but who knows? Maybe we're going to be without bombs for that long.
To know...
Oh no, there's more chew. More chews in Spirit, why not?
Wow. I think Letsklay had gotten those, but yeah, that's just funny the way that the game has given us all of the bomb chews, none of the bombs. Actually, is that all the bomb chews?
That's their like, 5th pickup.
I think it's the 5th pickup.
I think
we've seen the 20 and...
we've seen the 20, we've seen 2 10s and a 5. I'm not sure if we've seen the 3rd 10.
Yeah. Wow, that is something else. Juwk gonna pick up his Bigoron sword, and Clay is going to see. All right, Saria is vanilla. Ready? Ready? I called it, right? Nope, it's not Minuet. Damn.
No,
Okay.
it's Minuet, but that is their logical forest access, so Hopper Boots is now fully in logic.
Yeah, I was gonna point that out. Of hey, we still need access to the hover boots there in Forest Temple, and then it's like, oh yeah, we still have Saria's song to get. So yeah, so Minuet there. Juwk doing attempting the flame storage.
Now here's a one. What do you choose here? Do you choose GTG, or do you finish off Forest?
I don't know.
It's a tough one.
I
Because
think
GTG is appealing, but they don't have strength 2, so they do have 4 checks that aren't available. They potentially know that toilet might be a thing, but they can't do it without irons.
And one of the runners knows that opponents is Ocarina of Time. I think Clay knows it's Ocarina of Time.
I think they both know. It's the Hintstone outside Spirit. I believe Juwk checked that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yep, Juwk did check that. Yeah, I don't know. What would have happened is I wouldn't have checked Forest as early as these guys did, but I probably would wind up checking Forest now because I have Minuet of Forest. I have the ability to warp there. I have everything to get in. That would probably be on my top list of things to do.
I agree.
But GTG is also a nice follow-up. I probably, if I'm Juwk, Juwk's gonna check the Colossus Fairy. Let's see if this is a big deal here.
If this is something, I'm gonna scream at Clay. When he joins commentary, I'm gonna scream at him for not checking that.
Why didn't you do Deku? Why didn't you go to...
Oh.
Clay is looking around and is like, what is happening? Why are people yelling?
There's a good chance this is nothing, but... Oh, it's Ruto's lair, I don't believe it!
Nope, it's something. It's something important. And something you can't get anywhere else.
And look where Letsklay is right now. Look what he should have.
Yup.
In the place that he's in right now, and he didn't check it. Oh dear.
Yeah, that's just an unfortunate situation. Because you would like to be able to turn in Ruto's letter at least. Oh no. Letsklay is going for looks like he got a pretty good rupee count. Yep, and he got 3 rupees in 1 dive there. So yeah, so he's fine. So he got a good rupee spread on the diving minigame. Was able to light all of the torches, and do the diving minigame basically at the same time. He did not check the chest yet. Hopefully he does not forget that too.
Oh man, he's gonna feel so bad when he picks that up.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like the end of the world. Was that Frogs 2 or was that just regular Frogs? Oh, it was Frogs 2? Yeah, Frogs 2 is dead. Everyone mourn for the Frogs. Oh, he's just gonna grab it here. Okay. It's not the end of the world unless Ruto's letter locks Silver Gauntlets, because he'll probably wind up going back to... I mean, you're gonna go back to Spirit anyway because you've got to clear it as a medallion dungeon. It's just a question of, when does he go back and when does he go, hey, I should check the Colossus Fairy?
Now.
Yeah.
He's going right now.
Oh, wow.
So, clearly he realizes that he either forgot it or he wants to go back as adult and is just finishing off a few checks. Who knows? But
this is the sort of thing that's it feels terrible to do because it's actually super inefficient. But this is the sort of thing that I will do where I'm like, if I forget this or if I just don't even think about it, and then I'm like going through my head of, all right, I want to wrap a couple things up as child. I want to avoid, and I'm like, oh, crap. Way of the Hero, Zelda's Lullaby, Desert Colossus. I'm not coming back as an adult. I got to do this type of thing. So it's just like, yeah.
Literally warped out of Zora's domain to go and get Ruto's letter.
Yeah, I don't exactly blame him. That's the sort of thing where it's like, yeah. And Dompe Gravedigging, just a blue rupee for Juwk. Also, I think he did Sunsong Grave and just got the Ice Traps. So Letsklay can make up a lot of time actually. If like say chickens is, you know, he doesn't do chickens, he doesn't do, if Skull Mask turns out to be nothing and he doesn't do Skull Mask, so, but Juwk already getting some of these checks out of the way. And so that is the interesting thing. Like we get an hour in and it's like, oh well, Clay's ahead, but Juwk, Clay's ahead because he's done Deku Tree, he's got a long shot, but it's like Juwk's done a lot of extra checks here. And because we're so early in the seed, they can tend to be checks that Juwk's gonna do anyway.
Yeah, chances are like
Or Letsklay's gonna do anyway.
Yeah, if they're item hunting, then Juwk will have the advantage of having already done them, whereas Letsklay will just end up doing the same check, so no real time loss for Juwk at all, really.
Yeah, so it's hard to really tell right now where where they are. This is like two people running different in totally completely different areas, different like surroundings, but they're running the same length, and you're like, well, I don't have a stopwatch, so I don't know how long they've been running, but so who's winning? I don't know, someone. Yeah, so we know 50 and 40 skulls are dead. 30 is iron boots, which do not appear to be required.
Yeah, there's a small chance it is required. We don't know what that is, but it is small.
Also, 10 skulls was just a blue rupee, so.
Alright, so he's probably gonna go get his skull mask, and then he can go do Deku. He can do all of Lost Woods at once.
Yep.
And then that's essentially it for child checks.
Yep. This is kind of like the old Season 1 Skull Mask routing that happened during the qualifiers. We had that one seed where a strength upgrade was on Skull Mask,
I
and
remember
Gold Gauntlets was long shot for the Ganon Fairy, and no one did Skull Mask until like I say no one. Well, I think Nat finished first in like 3 hours or something, and everyone else is like, "Where the heck is this?"
That was the very first race I ever watched, and it was like, oh, okay, Skull Mask is important. And since then, I've never underestimated the power of Skull Mask. I remember watching it, a complete rando noob, thinking, oh, what are these guys all up to? Why are they struggling so hard? And then just the collective mind-blowing of...
and then after that, it was a huge outpouring of how do we route in Skull Mask early? How do we get that done right away? How do we? This is how I do it. This is how I do. So like, yeah, this is like the old route where, in a way, you used to do a bunch of the child CAC checks, and you go back and forth, and really early before even going back to Lost Woods, you would get Skull Mask just so you could get it all done.
Just painfully grind it out, just knowing like, right, fine, I'll just waste a bit of time grinding this out. Okay. Notably, Letsklay is going to do the first check in Jabu here.
Yeah, and here's Juwk. Hyrule Castle's Way the Hero, likely referring to Spirit of Requiem of Spirit, but always full clear your Way the Hero areas, always. And it is Zora Tunic, so nothing.
Well, you say nothing.
Oh.
Iron boots.
Iron
long
boots
shot.
plus long shot plus Zora's Tunic equals toilet.
Yeah, it could well equal the boss key being underneath the central pillar chest in water. If for whatever reason the water temple being finished is required.
Yep. If horse archery is a thing. These runners are like, I hope I see light arrows before I go to Ganon's, and all of a sudden, you'll never find the light arrows from Gerudo Fortress. Oh no. I was like that seed that was like, you'll never find my light arrows from the bottom of the well, and everyone goes, but I haven't touched any of the stone dungeons yet. This was an easy seed. And Song of Storms was, of course, Ocarina of Time.
Yep, there's no worse feeling on earth when you're like, oh man, I need to do so much more to get the light arrows. Like when you do a seed, you haven't touched GTG at all, it feels amazing, and all of a sudden, you'll never beat me without the light arrows from GTG, and it's the central chest. Of which the central chest in GTG this seed is dead.
Yes, just a heart
Nice to
piece.
see.
Also, was that our first Baron hint? Death Mountain Trail is Baron, so.
No, we've had Water Temple as Baron.
Oh,
So
that's
both.
right. Duh.
That is both now.
And the one single check, the meme check in Jabu, is just nothing. Also unfortunate for Letsklay, no Ferora's Wind because of the recent changes for I say recent, but in 4.0, adult Ferora's Wind and child Ferora's Wind are separate. So basically, if you set it used to be if you set Ferora's Wind as an adult or child and you went back to the Temple of Time and went back to changed ages, the Ferora's Wind would reset. But now there is a separate Ferora's Wind for adult and a separate Ferora's Wind for child. So you could set Ferora's Wind in Jabu Jabu as a child in this situation, and then you'd be able to just dip into any dungeon and then Ferora's Wind back to Jabu Jabu, which is nice because it is difficult to get back to Jabu Jabu without having to spend like 5 minutes walking through the Lost Woods and taking that shortcut. I'm exaggerating the 5 minutes, but
I love that change. Just being able to just dip into Jabu, set that Ferora's Wind, knowing that you can just leave, you can go and come back as a kid whenever, in 2 hours, in 2 minutes, whenever it happens to be. It's amazing.
yes, it is very nice. Very nice. So just a blue rupee for Letsklay on the Zora's Fountain Fair.
And he's going back to Spirit? What's he doing?
He's waiting for time to pass. He's waiting for time to pass so he can go to he can play Nocturne for graveyard digging.
Right. Okay.
Which is weird because he has Sun Song, but they've had Sun Song like. As a runner, it's one of those things. I'm thinking in my head when I'm racing sometimes that I'm like, all right, how do I route this in without Sun Song if I don't have it? And and then I get it, and then I'm still going, all right, how do I do? All right, I gotta wait for the time to pass. It's so weird. Like sometimes you just space for some reason on whether or not you have Sun Song.
I'm that used to not having it that I just completely forget it because honestly, it feels like you don't get Sun Songs a lot in general. So. I'm that used to just trying to route without it, I completely forget I have it sometimes. And of course you can't warp to the graveyard, because if you do Sun Song in the graveyard, then it will take you past the time where you can actually do Dampe.
Yep, exactly. That's one of those, that's also actually one of those things where like, I may have done that too, been like, oh no, I have Sun Song, but it's just gonna turn to night like almost instantly, and then I'm waiting. And then I'm waiting. I'm like, all right, it would have been faster to play Sun Song. And then I'm waiting, and I'm like, it was dusk. Why is it not night yet?
Did he skip the Sun Song grave?
Yes. He still also hasn't done the Composer Grave check. Well, the Composer Grave song, which
he hasn't got the
Juwk
song.
did get, and it's Serenade.
Interesting.
We do know that the we don't get to show off. Juwk did not show off the flame storage because we know that the Bigoron claim check is in Composer Grave, and we know Bigoron's dead. Juwk just showing off with his fancy B1 skip. I wish I was
one way of doing that skip. Must feel good.
I wish I was cool and could do that sort of thing. Instead, I'm like standing there, inching my controller, inching my C-stick over to the left, and then it's too far back to the right, and then back to the left, and then I hope this works.
My problem is that when I do the 2 jumps backwards, sometimes I don't hit the, when you jump to the right and you sort of skip past that little edge.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, sometimes I'm that far off. I'm like, what the hell's happened? This shouldn't be happening, but.
Oh, pose actually is, yeah, you're right, Oxygen. Pose is locked by opponent, well, logically locked by opponent. Unless the seed gives you big pose in a bottle.
Oh, can you imagine? Pose, Wave the Hero.
We are eventually. I mean, we've had these terrible seeds before on these tournaments and qualifiers. Eventually, we're gonna get a seed that's like completely funneled to big pose in a bottle.
Yeah. To be fair, I did say earlier we've had a lot of memes in the seed so far. I did forget about Pose. Pose, even though it's down to 1 Po, is still a bit of a meme.
No, you cannot eat big pose, which is why it actually is one of those weird, like, if you get blue fire in a bottle, that cannot point to unfreezing King Zora to get Ruto's letter type of really weird logic BS, without, of course, you know, the Giant's Wallet to be able to buy blue fire, because you can use blue fire and the game's logic assumes worst possible usage. So
Yeah,
like if you can use an item in the wrong way, the game's not gonna like say, no, you shouldn't have used this the wrong way, you're now soft locked.
Yeah, I actually completely didn't realize that you couldn't get rid of a big Po until yesterday, in fact, when I asked during one of the bracket races. So good to know.
Yep. It was actually didn't know that. I had to like ask about that at one point in time to someone just because it showed up and we were joking about, oh, big pose in a bottle. I was thinking I turned it in for big pose, but it's never anything and it can't be in logic that way either, and blah blah blah. And then the person's like, oh no, it can be, because you can't get rid of that big po in a bottle. You can't do anything with it at all except show it. So we've got, is this yeah, because Letsklay has not gone to Lost Woods as a, well, no, he did Lost Woods as a child. Did he just?
He did some of Lost Woods. He didn't do all of it.
I think he did not do Ocarina Memory Game. By the way, shout out to Ocarina of Memory Game. Ocarina Memory Game being only 5 notes instead of 8.
Oh, a beautiful change that was. Unfortunately, just a few arrows.
Oh. And this is, this is the difference between Juwk and, well, I don't want to say Juwk and Letsklay, but this is also the difference between the 2 seed and the 31 seed. Like, I think Letsklay, and I don't want to speak for him, we'll ask him probably afterwards, but I think Letsklay is doing an excellent job. Both runners playing very well. I think Letsklay's taking a couple of risks here, whereas Juwk's playing very conservatively.
Yeah, I think Juwk is just trying to consolidate all of the checks that he can at once, instead of being a bit more sporadic like Letsklay is, and just like, all right, I can check this, I might not be able to check that, but it's fine. Juwk has just been like, right, I'm going to Lost Woods, so I'm going to check everything in Lost Woods.
Yeah, and here is Skull Mask. This could be a big advantage.
Come on, Skull Mask, let's go. Nope.
Oh, just a recovery art.
Still a bit of love, but nothing more.
All this time, you just gave me your heart.
Juwk don't want no hearts. He's crushing dreams.
You've broken my heart. Running out of there with the Deku Scrubs heart.
just chasing after him. Come back.
No. Letsklay. Hey, Song of Storms.
Song of Storms. Now we have the infamous, is the well a bait?
Yes. Yeah, well, the well does not have any, Yep, and I actually was just about to say, if I get Song of Storms there, I'm going, oh, do I really want to go back to being a kid now? To note in this tournament bracket, Lens of Truth setting is set to just necessary in logic for treasure chest minigames. So all of the well is in logic. Well, we don't have bombs, so the 2 bombable checks are not in logic right now. But all the rest of the well, including those that would be quote-unquote locked by the Lens of Truth, are in logic. So
absolutely. Looks like he's off to the river first. We do know that Zora's River is the way of the hero, and because of the hook shot being on the river, which might not be required, let's see if Frog's 1 is actually required. Could well be a different item. We'll find out one way or the other.
And if you're Letsklay, you're going best possible outcome, boomerang on frogs.
That would be.
And then you just go through Juwk. Because like, you don't really want to go back to Zora River, even though it's way of the hero. You don't really want to go back to Zora River for that 1 check. And this is also what I mean by like, Letsklay is I think he's playing this well. Like I think he knows that he's got to make a couple of big brain type of plays here to beat Juwk, to take him down. And this is the sort of big brain play where you're like, Juwk's probably not going to go back to this for a while just because it's out of the way. If this turns out to be something, even though it's a way of the hero, you know, I got a chance.
Yeah, and if this is something like Boomerang, then this is essentially that's it for Child Link. You know, this is essentially wrapped up. Unless the well happens to be something, it's just sort of full go mode as Adult Link from there, and he's really struggling to get on this log.
This this log is a pain in the butt. Juwk is in Goron City, doing the Goron City checks. To note, and pointed out in chat, and I was going to bring it up too, Letsklay did save as an adult in the Temple of Time, so he could save warp this back. Quitting, yep, and just a heart piece. So.
Just a heart piece, so long shot is Way of the Hero.
He's trying to decide, I think, between going to, and he just reset, so he'll be back to being an adult. I think he was trying to think, do I go to bottom of the well now, or do I just go back to adult and do what I was going to do before I got the Song of Storms?
Yeah, I think this has GTG written all over it. I'm surprised he hasn't gone to check the song from the graveyard yet, because that would take him straight to Lake Hylia to check Shoot the Sun, but it looks like he's going to do that now, maybe.
Oh, yep, there we go. Yeah, so he'll probably, yeah, like you said, he'll get the song. He'll probably do Sun Song Grave. And then we'll see what he does. He may do Lake Hylia checks. You know, adult Lake Hylia checks are basically Sphere 1 in the sense of you just need either bombs as a kid to be able to reach the seed plant guy, or seed guy, or you need the hook shot. But they are so out of the way if you don't get Serenade of Water.
Yeah, having to do late checks just always feels... It just feels a bit disgusting having to go there without Serenade. It's like, oh, there's so many other things I could be doing which is quicker, but all right, I'll make that play. But he was going to get Serenade right now.
And to note, no opponent's song. So if you don't have a warp, you are back walking across Hyrule Field.
Yeah. Worth pointing out, by the way, I know it was a minute or two ago, but that save and quit from Letsklay was good. I've never even thought about that before. Saving as Adult Link, just save scumming as Child Link, going straight back to the Temple of Time. I'm really impressed by that. That's
really smart play. Especially because you don't have Prelude of Light. You don't even have the poor man's Prelude of Light in Serenade of Water, where you take the owl back. So there's no quick way back. Probably a good idea, the save quit. I will store that one, or not save quit, but the saving as an adult and then resetting to get back there. I'm going to store that in the back of my head and probably use that in some of my seeds.
Yeah, the idea of that is very clever. I'm impressed by that.
So Letsklay picking up the Serenade of Water. Juwk getting the underwater heart piece in Zora's domain. We'll see if he also makes the same call to dip into Jabu for that one check. Probably. I've seen a lot of runners have moved to that idea of, hey, I'm gonna go into Jabu when it's a medallion dungeon in this situation.
Okay, so it looks like Letsklay is gonna go reverse Wasteland and to GTG.
And the nice, like, what is that? A dark blue, deep blue?
Yeah, it's I don't quite have a navy blue, I believe that's.
Yeah, that's
what
a
we
good.
Call it.
And Clay does have fire arrows, so this Haunted Wasteland check is going to be doable. Haunted Wasteland, one of those checks that you're just like, if you don't pass by it when you have something that allows you to actually get it, you're sometimes just going, how do I do? When do I come back to this one check in the middle of the desert that no one seems to do?
So out of the way. If you can't do it, it's just one of the things that you're like, nah, I'll come back to the layer. I'll come back to that layer. I'll come back to the layer, and then eventually you'll just have what you need, and you'll finish dead last.
Right, so what's in GTG? I see Rob Dog saying that the first in Logic bomb bag is going to be in GTG. Yeah, and Juwk is going to at least go into Zora's Fountain. We'll see if he does again. Jabu most likely will. It's a medallion. You got to do it anyway. It's a nice way to cut into the amount of stuff that you've got to do. Oh, nut capacity upgrade for Letsklay. Oh, and Juwk just going to the Fairy Fountain.
So other than GTG, in terms of what we've actually got left, I guess we've got Fire Temple, You know, it's not strictly
Deep
logic,
fire
but
memes.
we do have the deep fire meme that both of these guys love so much. Of course, we do have iron boots on 30 skulls, which could lead to something in the ice cavern, which is also available. So we've got a few areas to do, a few areas that might contain something useful.
Yeah, standard seed logic. Put the Rudo's letter somewhere, and then boomerang on ice cap. All right, Letsklay is successfully reverse wastelanded.
That's one more time than I've ever done it, that's for sure. Alright then. Something's got to be it. You know, something's got to make that long shot pay off. I'm very surprised they haven't done Shoot the Sun yet, but I imagine something's got to be in GTG, don't you?
Yeah, I would imagine that like Shoot the Sun and the Lake Hylia checks will be done after this.
I'm not even sure I'd do the rest of Lake Hylia. I think I'd just walk to there. Because of the long shot being essentially Way of the Hero, get that one, you know, you've got Sun Song, just warp there, shoot the sun, see what it drops. And if you're going to do Reverse Wasteland, just warp straight to Requiem, having seen what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's not a terrible idea, but they have so many items that they still need though. Like, still need Dins, still need Mirror Shield, still need an strength upgrade, still need Bomb, still need Boomerang. If they were maybe down to like only like one or two Go Mode items, maybe you skip the other two Lake Hylia checks as an adult, but...
Gotta think though, if Shoot the Sun is Dins, that's it, that's Shadow, just open and good to go.
Oh yeah, with Serenade of Water, you probably wind up leaving as soon as you get something like that. And they're like, oh hey, look, Medallion Dungeon, progress. Oh, just arrows on top of Gerudo Fortress, that infamous disappearing check. The check no one thinks about.
Where is he going?
He's gonna open up the gate before he forgets.
Ah, of course.
That is something that I never remembered to do. Guess Glitchy is or not Glitchy is Letsklay is looking at like the idea that he's gonna reverse Wasteland. Possibly.
Well, I guess if you ever have to come back to GTG, be it for, you know, if he happens to find silvers and something's in GTG behind silvers, because he can't do Toilet Bowl at the minute either, so it's just, you know, on the inevitable instance that you do have to come back here, it is quicker to just warp. I guess
Yeah.
to do Reverse Wasteland
And opponent on Ocarina of Time, so you're gonna have to backwalk here, like one way or the other. There's no riding from wherever, even if you warped to like Lake Hylia, you're gonna have to. So also, I like Juwk placing Rudo on top of the chest as it appeared. It was quite nice. So yeah, so Letsklay, yeah, Silver Gauntlets away from full clearing GTG. We do know that the Central Maze chest is just a heart piece, so that is nothing. But aside from that, chances are, I mean, GTG has a lot of checks. There's a good chance that at least some sort of necessary item is in here, because we still have a lot we gotta find.
So here's a question. Do you attempt Fire, Arrow, Shadow entry?
I don't, because I've tried it once on a casual rando seed that I did and failed miserably multiple times.
Oh yeah, I mean, I wouldn't try it, but if you're Juwk, if you're Letsklay, when do you consider that? I know for a fact that Juwk can do it.
I was gonna say, yeah, I think Juwk, I'm almost 100% certain that Juwk knows how to do it. I don't know about Letsklay, he might. or he may at least like know it enough to maybe give it a try if he really wanted to. I don't know. I don't think that you do it unless like
Yeah, I guess
I don't
like
know.
you wait a little while. It's not like Shadow's your last medallion. You know, they've got loads to find. So it's not something I'd think about doing, even if I could do it for a good while.
I mean, you've still got Bottom of the Well, you've still got GTG, or, Clay's doing GTG now. Juwk probably will go to GTG in a second here. But, Bottom of the Well, you've got GTG, you've got, excuse me, you've got Ice Cavern even. Like, for me, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I'm not a big, like, that's one of those tricks that I'm just like, I'm A, not good at, probably can't do, and B, it's like, you have so many other efficient checks, and again, it's like that idea of it's not like you're missing just Inspire type of thing. You've got other items you want to find. But by the way, Juwk doing Shoot the Sun here.
Nice. This is what I want to see. I'm very interested to see what this is.
Big brain play, and we get to see what it is.
It's just a heart piece.
Nope. All right.
Okay, so long shot leading to potentially finishing off war, or there is something in GTG. We'll have to wait and see.
Yep, because opponent's song being on Ocarina of Time, you're gonna need the long shot basically. Do you need? Hold on, wait. Well, I mean, it depends on what's in GTG. Let's see. I'm just trying to think if like, cause logic kind of weird at times. I'm just trying to think if like, did you need quote unquote long shot to get to GTG? Because if like everything is in the way. Item wise, like if it's just I think hammer and bombs. If you had hammer and bombs, you could do the 3 stone dungeons to get to opponent's song, and that would put it in logic. Because Iron Boots is on 30, which is automatically basically expected by the seed. We've already got long shot, so Water Temple would be done. Forest Temple is of course full clearable. It would just be fire. Yeah, so if you find bombs / hammer, if you could find it like outside of GTG, long shot would not refer to that. I don't know. It's interesting.
I mean, technically, long shot, you can't do toilet without long shot, and everything is pointing towards toilet bowl.
Oh, is that in logic that you can't do toilet?
Well, no, I think you can do it as long as you can get around.
I mean, you can. In logic, is it? I don't know if logically it says you need long shot to get all of the silver rupees to get into the toilet room.
There's
look, a bomb bag. I will say, I feel like GTG, when it has something like that, like a first in logic bomb bag type of thing, it's always there. It is always on that key heart piece, or not heart piece, but that freestanding. I mean, yeah, no, you could do it without long shot. I'm saying in logic. I'm not sure. Yeah, no, I've done the silver rupees to get into the toilet room multiple times without long shot, and I assume logically it says that too. I just was curious.
Okay, so does GTG have anything other than bombs?
Yeah, so the one thing that does open up that I almost always seem to kind of forget what I'm thinking about, like logic and stuff, is because especially when you have lots of bomb chews, you're like, oh, I could just spam them and it's not a big deal. Bomb chew bowling is locked unless you have a bomb bag, as is actually the big rolling Goron as a kid.
Yeah, old hot rod, he might have something, but.
Yeah, Juwk finishing up adult fishing. It is nothing.
Negative on fishing. We've just got a few checks left in the center of GTG. We know the very center chest is dead, but let's see if it pays out anything other than bombs. If it doesn't pay out anything other than bombs, then we are down to essentially just outside of the what we just mentioned, the bomb chew bowling and hot rod Goron. We are essentially down to well and ice.
Yeah, for like actual, and the rest of Forest Temple.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
I guess the dip in fire without hammer, but we don't know if fire is hammer locked.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, hammer, if dipping into fire. Finding the bomb bag though does kind of open up a little bit of fire temple in the sense of like before you have bomb bag in logic you can't get past the without hammer or bombs you can't get past that first lava room because one of those chests that you would need a key from is bomb locked. So
Does that mean the bombs are out of logic?
what bombs?
No. So I was thinking you have to go all the way round to get the bombs because you can't go right in logic because obviously you've got a BMOS to do. I wasn't sure if the bomb bag was strictly out of logic because you had to go all the way around GTG to get it, but you don't need the hammer to open the door. You just needed to get to the central chest in that one room. So.
Also, actually, I think I remember the first two that shoot the eyeball in that very first room you enter. Both of those chests were keys, so you could have used both of those keys to just go right in the maze and get that bomb bag without even needing Song of Time. So. Yeah. Letsklay just glitching out. Letsklay just making a donation to the Gerudos there.
Yeah. Lens of Truth for Juwk. Okay.
Oh, that's that bombable grotto in like Eastern Hyrule Field, I think. So that's treasure chest minigame for him.
Yeah, I don't think Letsklay has that.
He does not. No.
No, it could be required. Surely not. Surely we're not going to get 2 seeds in essentially 2 days where the treasure minigame has something on it.
Wow, that would be. So
light,
be nuts.
Light arrows the other day. Let's see if there's anything else there.
I mean, yeah, it looks like Juwk is gonna go back to. Yeah, it looks like Juwk's gonna reverse Wasteland, grab the Wasteland check as well as the GTG play. Letsklay, I think, is at 18 skulls, so he's gonna grab the one outside here in the bombable wall of Death Mountain Crater, and then I think run back in and get the one above Impa's house.
Yeah, essentially quicker to have done the one in Impa's house first. I'm not sure. What is interesting is that technically...
Oh, he's not. Okay. He's going DC, yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah, of course, he hasn't done the Dongos Cavern yet. I was going to say, like, Juwk is a little behind in the sense that he's only on his way to GTG now, whereas Letsklay's already done it. But the Dongos, he still needs to do the Dongos. It isn't as long as GTG, but there is still a discrepancy in time there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we talked about it, you know, half an hour ago of Juwk's done child chickens and skull masks. Those are 2 really like long checks. I say long, but you know, they're kind of longer checks that sometimes if you're, you know, if you're playing aggressive, those are checks that you're gonna skip, or tend to put off for a while. So Juwk, if Letsklay ever goes back to do those, and we know those are nothing, Letsklay is going to gain an advantage there.
Yeah. You know, the further you go, the more inclined you are to just completely ignore them. So he might never waste his time on those. Well, guess we'll see.
So, Gerudo's Letter and Desert Fairy technically locked behind a bomb bag, logically, yeah. We are looking for Mirror Shield, Din's Fire Boomerang. Yeah, that's... Oh, and Silver Gauntlet, sorry. And Light Arrows.
And the Light Arrows, technically, will...
But, you know... Light Arrows... Ganon has a hint for Light Arrows, so... Light Arrows on Deepest Fire chest. Deep Fire memes.
Nah, Light Arrows are almost certainly on horseback archery.
Alright, Letsklay is at 20 skulls now. I think Juwk is close to 20 skulls as well.
Yeah, he's still going though.
Yeah, I was about to say.
He wants those boots, because boots are on 30, of course.
Yeah, that's interesting. I was going to say, I wondered whether or not our runners would make that play, get to 20, and then just stop until they saw more. Because we do know that Water Temple is barren, so it's not like you're like, oh shoot, maybe something is in Water Temple and I've got to dip it. What are the check? Let's see.
Inevitable, the inevitable toilet bowl check.
Yeah.
Or just the fact that Epona's song does somehow need to be gotten, and you do have to finish Water Temple.
I think Epona's song is just horse archery and big pose.
Yeah, that's correct.
Can you, someone in chat, or someone who knows, what about force spawning a big Poe without Eponas? That's not allowed and accessible.
It
right?
is. You can spawn a big Poe. You can catch it with a bottle without Eponas, and it is allowed. It's just not simple. But I think it's perfectly allowed to catch a big Poe without Epona. It's just.
It is allowed. Okay.
Yes, I believe it is.
Gotcha. Because I've done that in multi-world before, due to things. So I was just curious whether or not, because I was like, I never actually had a chance to do it. Really thought about it. I was like, I'll just get opponents if I need it. But I'm just thinking that would be something that you could avoid. That these runners, if they decided to do that, you could avoid doing the all dungeons play and get at least big pose out of the way.
Oh yeah, I think the gamble of wasting a little bit of time to try and get that is overdoing something like Water Temple would be quite appealing.
Yes, I have force spawned the big Poe. No, no. Alright, Juwk's gonna get his bomb bag. I feel like this is one of the seeds that I wind up playing, and I'm just like, Death Mountain Trail is the other Baron Millbug that I play, where I'm like an hour and a half, 2 hours in, and I'm sitting there going, where are all these freaking items? Because I have like 4 of them that I need for Go mode here.
Yeah, I'm sitting there like, oh man, everyone else is going to have all the damn items and I've made the wrong choices. Where is everything? That is me right now.
It's like when you see people talking about a seed and you're like, 2 hours in, I had 2 medallions and needed 5 items for Go mode. And they're like, I had 5 medallions, and you finished at the same time someone. They're like, I had 4 medallions and needed 1 item for Go mode. And you're like, what? But yeah, so Letsklay's gonna finish up the Dongo's Cavern here. Down goes the king. Juwk, meanwhile, just gonna wrap up. GGG.
Yeah, just finishing a few checks we know about already.
He didn't go left yet, did he? He's still gotta go left.
Yes, I think so.
So Juwk's still got a little bit left to go, whereas Letsklay will Letsklay, as we've mentioned, a bit of an advantage here because he skipped a couple of checks, like again, Chicken Skull Mask. So Clay is a little bit ahead in that regard of where they are on like some of the bigger checks, but be interesting to see where he goes next. You've got Bottom of the Well open, you've got the Rest of Forest Temple open, you've got Fire Temple open. This is a big. You got Ice Cavern open. This is a big decision that you're gonna have to see made, and it could make or break.
For this one.
Yeah. Oh, to note, Letsklay does have 20 skulls, so he's gonna make that check.
Yeah, we'll see what's on here.
Juwk getting a very timely health refill there. Speaking of which, just a heart container 120, so potential boots on 30 skulls, which might be required, but otherwise the rest of the skulls are dead.
So Letsklay is gonna do Lake Hylia check. Yes, he's gonna do Lake Hylia checks, including shooting the sun. That might mean that he also goes out to Hyrule Field and gets eventually winds up getting the Lens of Truth, which will be nice just in the sense of he'll be able to, much like Juwk will probably be able to, when they decide to go do the Bottom of the Well and go back to being a child, they'll also be able to just get Bomb Chew Bowling and the Treasure Chest minigame out of the way at the same time.
Yeah. By the time Juwk's finished with
GTG, Letsklay will have probably done the rest of Lake Hylia, so they'll sort of be on evens in terms of whether they go next.
Yeah. So
Very
let's
interesting
see.
to see.
Where would you go next? Because for me, I'm thinking to myself, in my basic move would just be bottom of the well.
Bottom of
But
the well. For me, it's bottom of the well.
yeah, but I'm thinking more about this, and I'm going. The big brain play is to go to Ice Cavern.
Oh no, the
And
real,
hope that-
the
and-
real,
and
the
hope
real
it's Saria's song,
the
and that
real big
Saria's
brain
song
play
locks
is
something. Yeah, the real big brain play is deep fire.
deep fire. Follow the memes, and just go deep fire. Admit that it's a thing, and burn yourself when it isn't.
Neither of them have even dipped into Fire Temple, so we don't even know anything in regards to keep.
Yeah, it could be completely locked out. Well, we have no idea. Which, if anything, is I would go and do that one check. I think just determine whether fire is sort of locked. Maybe not even follow up on it, but just determine whether fire is an option or not.
I do tend to do that
Yeah,
myself. Sometimes I don't. Glitchy, yeah. Remember Qual 8 in Season 1? Was that the qualifier that had Hammer in Fire Temple and no one seemed to realize that?
Oh, I remember that.
It was like, what was it? It was like the left side lava check. And so everyone was like, no, I need, I want to have Hammer and I need Goron bracelet, or not bracelet, and Goron tunic and... Oh, Din's Fire was at Hammer Chest without Hammer. I mean, vanilla randomizer. Vanilla Ocarina of Time is like, no, yeah, you get the hammer, you don't get the hammer until you get to the hammer chest. So, it can work out that an important item can be on that top chest without hammer. It is just stone fiery.
Yeah. I will never forget hover boots being on there.
Yes.
Hammer chest having hover boots in one of the I'm not even sure if it's a qualifier. It might have just been a weekly, but goodness gracious, was that a massive troll. Deep stone fire, hover boots on the hammer chest was absolutely disgusting.
That was so mean. Something else was in Fire Temple too, I think, actually, halfway through on the map chest or something. Because I remember I got it and I left Fire Temple.
Something might have been strength 2 for spirit or something like that, and then you had to go all the way back.
Rudo's letter or something, yeah. Ugh, and I was like, why? Yeah, Raikari made that check and had hover boots at 20 minutes because he forgot. He forgot to, did he forget to check the pedestal? He's in the chat. I don't remember if he forgot to check the pedestal or if he just forgot that fire was not a medallion dungeon. And so he just went all the way through fire and was like, I'm gonna play a little silly anyway, but hey, I'll go all the way through fire, and wound up finding hover boots on hammer chest, and surprise, he won that seed, by the way. And thus a meme was born.
Whilst we have a brief intermission, it's worth pointing out that if you are enjoying this race, if you are liking what you're seeing, make sure you follow the runners. They are both wonderful people and fantastic speedrunners of the randomizer, so give their pages a follow. Well worth your time and effort. Looks like Letsklay is going to get the Lens of Truth here.
Yeah, just cleaning up the Hyrule field checks. And also on that same note, we are nearing our next subscriber goal, which is a cooking simulator showdown between it's Trez and
Trez
Void?
and Discount Trez, yeah,
Yes,
Void.
Trez and Discount Trez. The Trez battle to end all battles.
I'd like to note that on commentary that day with Discount Trez, I asked him, I was like, so how long do you think this nickname's going to go on for? He said, it'll be gone by the end of today. And here we are, 3 days later, still calling him Discount Trez, and it's absolutely going to stick.
Yeah, and here goes the yep. All right, so Juwk. It looks like Juwk's gonna do the bottom of the well play, as well as, of course, I hope Bombchu bowling and treasure chest minigame, whereas Letsklay says Letsklay forgets he has not done the courtyard yet, and then goes, okay, yeah, right, this stuff. Yep.
Yeah, let's
He's
say
gonna do
crap.
the stuff.
I don't have any keys.
Yep. That would have sucked if he had gone in with somehow had a key and gone in and did everything, and then was like,
What's
I
happened?
forgot something now, didn't I?
Oh, Bombchu bowling. Let's see if this is anything. Nothing so far.
Just arrows. I was gonna say, there's a lot of discord at the fact that you use the Bombchu lady to blow up your bombs. It's a wallet. Hesitation. Nope, he's gonna leave.
No, leave that well alone.
You use the Bombchus to blow up the or use the lady to blow up the Bombchus a little earlier than they naturally would just like run their course. A lot of people are like, why are you bombing her? Because she's giving me crap items. All right.
She's asleep on the job. She's not really giving a crap about why she's there. If anything, it wakes her up. It livens her life up a little bit. You know, why wouldn't you?
Yep. I mean, come on, I demand the best. Give me my items. Also, I don't think Clay has realized that he does have the Biggeron sword. Oh, Juwk almost went
Yeah,
to the
I
wrong
wondered that a
chest
long time ago. When he was fighting the Stealthos in GTG, I was like, I swear he has the Biggeron sword, but he's not giving a crap about it.
Yeah, what the hell's happened making an interesting point. The metagaming in these 1v1s too, where the question of does Juwk think that Letsklay did bottom of the well, and just a blue rupee on the treasure chest minigame. Does like Juwk think that bottom of the well was something that maybe Letsklay could have done much earlier, not much earlier, but earlier in the seed, and does that put him behind? And so,
yeah, it's one of the weirder things about bracket races is sort of like the metagaming that each of the races tend to think about and do. It's just like, oh, I might be behind, so I should skip this and hope that they've checked it already and it was nothing. It's a really different dynamic than just the weeklies, where you don't need to worry so much about that sort of metagaming.
yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Juwk so far both these runners, Juwk has been playing like he is the number 2 seed, and Letsklay's been playing like he's the number 31 seed, and that's not like. It's not. It sounds terrible now that I say it out loud. That's not meant as an indictment to Letsklay's abilities, but yes, Juwk is the better execution. But he's also been playing that way. Like he's done Child Chickens, he's done the Skull Mask. He's been, doing a lot more of those. I'm gonna do all of these checks and get all of these out of the way. And so far, they have not paid off for him. But he's not far behind Letsklay. Whereas Letsklay has done a couple of the big brain type of, hey, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna say. No, I got to take this risk here, so. Yeah, bottom of the well, I think bottom of the well is the best play.
Yeah, I like bottom of the well as a play here, and hopefully we'll see Juwk follow through on that momentarily.
Yeah,
Forest so far not having anything, but we've already seen these checks, so.
Yeah, Letsklay. Oh, that's an interesting way to route that.
He's
That was interesting, yeah.
going. Is this quicker? This can't be faster.
I don't know.
Where's he? What on earth is he doing? Is he going to ice? He's going to ice. Wait, no, what's he doing? Why did he play?
Wow!
Oh, he's
playing the Iron Boots.
He's getting the skull from the Sacred Forest Meadow.
Yeah, he's playing the Iron Boots. He got to 20. Oh, I have been gotten by that moblin too often. He got to 20 in Dodongo's Cavern and still picked up at least one more skull. So he must be playing for 30
so
Iron Boot.
He went and did the rest of Forest, but whilst doing the rest of Forest, realized that he could go and get a few more skulls. Left when he got the skulls that are easily accessible, and now he's on 25. So he is making. I don't think he's going to go to ice without 30. I think chat have been debating this for a little while, but doing ice and going there without 30 skulls, without check under the lake is a bit gross. So
Yeah, that's weird. Like I'm trying to think. Like, I don't think that you make the play for Iron Boots and go to Ice Cavern without them. Like if you're making the play for Iron Boots, you get Iron Boots to be able to do that bottom of Zora's Fountain check or
Yeah,
the
100%.
toilet check. Because below the icy waters requires Iron Boots, so that could be something. And that is another bomb bag that was bomb length.
A bomb locked
in
bomb bag. Fantastic.
What the hell is that?
don't-
You see it with just silver scale. I don't know.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can. You can see it with
Doctor
no
says-
scale. Oh, I didn't realize
I've
you could
never-
see it at all.
I've never
thought it-
actually tried. Bomb lock bombs are OP. Bomb lock bombs would have been awesome. See, this would have been interesting because this would have been a seed where I may have done bottom of the well myself earlier with bomb shoes. And
He's
would have
going
found a bomb
ice.
bag.
He's
Is he
going
really?
ice without irons.
He must be playing. He must be playing to the toilet. That must be what he's thinking about when he's still collecting skulls. Because
Oh, but
he's gonna
but
get
then-
another 3 quick skulls here in Ice Cavern.
Yeah, that's true. It's just such a like. It's very weird routing. Like he went to forest, did a few checks. He's sort of. It's kind of like he's trying to make a few decisions at once instead of just sticking to one.
The bomb bag that was in GTG was not bomb locked. The bomb bag that was in GTG was totally available in Logic. Oh, and he's gonna be able to see what this item is, or we're gonna test it.
Oh,
I have no idea. I couldn't see it.
I have zero clue what that is. I still have no idea what that is.
I don't even see an
It's
item.
not a heart piece. It's not money, and it's not a heart piece. I couldn't possibly tell you. Out of the items that are left, it doesn't look like any of the items that are needed.
I don't think that it is because this has a more specific sheen, but of all of the items that are left, maybe Mirror Shield?
Yeah, that was what I was thinking in terms of the only. But even then, I don't think it's that. I don't know. I can't tell from this screen.
Yeah, I would have had to.
I don't think it was anything that's needed. But I couldn't tell you based on what I saw there. Only Letsklay would know. It just looked a bit too dark to be any of the items that are still needed.
Yeah, that's just like the thing is, it's like, what item is it? It's the worst thing is that like if it is an item that you need or want to get, is it, and you just kind of assume it's not.
Okay, well, so far, Juwk has nothing from the well.
Yeah, the well is so far been a trap.
And if there's
I
nothing
say that,
in the well,
but like we've got 3 or 4 checks left, so of course at the end we're gonna get the boomerang or hammer or something, Dinspire, something important. It's always this back, not this chest, but the next chest. It's always that one that where you're like,
oh, there's the hammer.
Well,
there's the hammer. But that's
Well,
a hammer for stone fire. We are looking more likely for an all dungeon seed the further we go. Long shot way of the hero.
deep fire, baby, deep fire.
Oh man.
Yeah, this is like deep. This is like Epona's. This is like horse archery has something important on it, like Din's.
Yeah, chat making the point that Death Mountain Crater is way of the hero, and it is a slingshot. You know, we did get a slingshot from the crater, but that doesn't mean that Crater Fairy is not something important. So
Yep, full clear. Your way the hero hints.
yeah, 100%. You check that. You check the Crater Fairy immediately. Maybe even the left side of the Goron city maze before you dip fire.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
That's another
Oh,
quiver
hey,
in
there's
ice
Bo.
down. Well, we are 2 checks down in ice, nothing there. As far as we can tell, there was nothing in Zora's domain. Just a Deku Nut, so we've got 1 check left, as well as King Zora, and 1 song. The song is very likely to be either Saria's, well, we know it's likely to be Saria's, or Prelude.
Yes, yeah, it's Saria's or Prelude because Epona's is on Ocarina of Time, and I think that Ocarina of Time, we'll get, Clay will get the Ice Cavern song check, and then the Burning Cack. Those are the only songs we still haven't gotten. And Juwk is gonna go do Frogs 1.
He's doing Frogs 1. He doesn't quite want to commit to following the hammer in case it's not required.
Was the well bait? Was the well a bait to lead to more bait?
It's possible. I don't think it is, but it is possible. That's a nice backflip.
Nice
strat
backflip,
there. I
yeah.
like that.
Yes, that was very pretty.
I have to nip away momentarily. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Oh, okay. Juwk's gonna take the fairy back. I gotta fairy, the owl back. I gotta assume that Juwk. I mean, I'm guessing that Juwk will follow the hammer and do fire, at least dip fire. Yeah, I have no idea what is at the bottom of the bottom of Zora's Fountain. I just went back through and tried to take a closer look and failed. But it's definitely like I don't think it's the boomerang. I think it's a shield. I think it's either like a Deku shield. I think it's a Deku shield. That would be my guess. But of course, the problem is that then if it's mirror shield, whoops, Clay's in trouble. Oh, wallet upgrade, and there's Saria's song. So, a minor positive for Clay is that when he goes back to being a child, because that's probably what he'll do soon, to do like Bottom of the Well and Bumchu Bowling and Treasure Chest minigame checks, he will probably wind up. I would think he'd go back and he would do Saria song checks and Goron city checks. So if Skull Kid has something or Rolling Goron has something, that could be a big play for Clay.
I assume there was nothing on the final check there.
You would be correct, sir.
Oof,
Juwk
yeah.
is.
I guess if you've, like you say, like I think what you were just saying there, if you've committed this far to ice, you commit to the Saria song checks at this point.
Yeah, because that's where your advantage would lie, is in those Saria song checks. Juwk going to Bolero, and yep, he's going to check the Way of the Hero, full clear it.
I think this is something.
Hammer.
I think this is something. We're going to see something here.
Yep. Both players have these situations where they both have minor advantages that they can press in
There it is.
something. So wow, you called it.
It's Dins. I didn't fix this, I swear.
Bottom of the Well is not a trap.
Nope.
Bottom of the Well is required.
Oh goodness. Oh, this could very well be the way that Juwk wins this seed.
Yup. What do we have left? Mirror Shield, Strength Upgrade, Boomerang. I mean, I would assume one of those will be in Shadow Temple. Two no, and this is unlikely, but hey, it's a randomizer seed from Rando Bot 4.0. whatever we're calling it. To note, Letsklay is at 29 skulls, and I think Juwk has stopped collecting skulls at 20.
Yeah,
So,
I haven't seen him collect any more than that.
if we see a Gerudo Fortress hint for light arrows on Ganondorf, it's horse archery, and Letsklay will have at least had a slight advantage where he can just start to go mode the stone dungeons. Whereas Juwk will have to collect skulls along the way.
Yeah, Letsklay getting his 30th skull right now.
Not that that would be like too difficult, because then as Juwk you probably go Forest Temple into Fire Temple and collect skulls while in there. But
Yeah. I mean, I think Juwk is still going to collect the easy skulls that he comes across, but I don't think he's going to go out of his way for any.
yeah, we'll see.
And-
We'll see what he decides to do with that.
Letsklay is warping to Lake Hylia. Doing lab. He's off to do the lab.
Okay.
At least I hope he's off to do the lab. If he dips
Yeah,
if he dips water now, I might cry for him a little bit.
Yeah,
Okay.
especially knowing where Hammer is. Like he's got to go back to if he was making the horse archery has something important play, and I need all dungeons. You need the hammer for that to beat fire, which is in the well. But he doesn't know that, so yeah.
I don't know that at all.
He'll probably do this check, and then he'll probably wind up going back to being a child and doing Sarya song checks in the well. That's what I would do next if I was in his position.
Yeah, I hope for his sake he does. If he ends up doing fire instead or something like that, I'll oof. Really gonna put behind just ice arrows in the lab diving. That's unfortunate. Nothing on that right now.
That would have been another minor advantage Clay would have had if those were light arrows and Juwk never found them, and he also didn't find the gold scale. All of a sudden he's like, oh well, I gotta collect the skulls to get the light arrows from the diving minigame or diving lab. Yeah, the blue fire arrows, my least favorite elemental arrows.
Unless you're playing Majora's Mask, because then they're awesome.
Yeah. Pull over. Juwk found Hammer in bottom of the well, and then Din's Fire was on the Hammer Ferry in Death Mountain Crater. Off the toilet. Toilet could still have something important.
Is he off? Is he straight off there?
Oh, he's doing.
Oh, he's looking for pose.
Wow, yeah.
I think he doesn't have a bow out.
So when I did this, I found most success doing it to try and get the big Poe right outside Lon Lon Ranch.
That's the wrong Poe. The one that I find spawns most reliably is the one near the southeast boulder. Oh, he's off to the Tektite Grove. I think he was just maybe hoping for a Poe on the way, but...
He went after getting the 30 skulls to get the iron boots, so he's got to do the checks that iron boots would help him get. I wonder if he goes back to Ice Cavern to make sure that whatever was in the bottom of that fountain isn't something important.
I mean, we still don't know what the hell that was. Only he might know what that is.
Yeah, I am a little disappointed that he's not like making a play for the Sarya song checks.
I'm not quite sure what he's doing. He's off to the toilet.
Okay.
He's going straight there.
I mean, Song of Time hint was possibly Way of the Hero.
A lot of things have led to this potentially being a thing, so... Hell, if this is something like Strength 2...
Yeah. Or a Mirror Shield. Or Boomerang. Something that, like... Something you can't get... Most of the time, Gold Gauntlets seem... In these seeds, Gold Gauntlets seem to be locked behind Silver Gauntlets. But... Something that you can't get somewhere else would be pretty good. for Letsklay here, because like if he finds silver gauntlets, it's like, oh, he's got an advantage, and then there's another strength upgrade in Shadow Temple. It's like, oh, never mind.
Yeah, man, that's the worst feeling when you think you've made a really big play. You know, you found a bow somewhere, you're like, oh my god, I've just found the bow, and you made a risky call, and then you find the bow like 10 minutes later doing something really simple. You're like, oh, you feel so bad.
Yep. I gotta think that like Letsklay's probably looking at this like 2 hours in. I'm missing a number of items. I don't have a lot. I only have 3 out of 6 medallions. Juwk's gonna beat me if anything's like normal in normal places. So I gotta make these big brain plays.
Oh, there's the
And
boomerang.
the boomerang's in Shadow.
Doesn't mean that nothing's on the toilet, but it's getting lower and lower, the likelihood. Juwk is on 22 skulls, by the way. He is still collecting them, but just slowly.
No, it is very much like you said. Like it's just he's not going out of his way at all. He's
Yeah.
just
Anything nearby, quick grab, but anything out of the way, absolutely not. Which I think is perfectly reasonable. And we will very soon find out if that is the right call. Toilet historically known for being a really horrible room, but with the sort of quick swap boots, I feel it's not so bad these days. You know, 30 seconds at most. Okay, Clay really needs this to be something here. He's miles behind if this is nothing.
oh, he's still got Saria's song to help bail him out. Yep, there's the reset.
Just a key. It's just a key. Oh, that feels bad. I think he knows full well that he's miles behind.
Yeah, you gotta feel like, especially, and again, it's against Juwk. Like maybe if you're playing up against someone that you feel like you've got similar execution, routing and whatnot. But
Yeah. If this is a weekly, you just shrug it off and you move on. But he's not even. He's on the title screen.
yeah, he may have had. Oh, glitchy man. He may have had to go to the bathroom. Yeah.
I'm
it's possible.
hoping he's just gone to the bathroom. I mean, he has just been in the toilet, so you'd think he'd have gone there, but I guess an IRL toilet makes sense.
Dicko stick for Juwk here. Yeah, it's looking more and more like, I mean, bottom of the well for Hammer into Hammer Fairy check. I really think that like Letsklay, and we keep saying this, like Letsklay's got to take advantage of the Saria song.
Wait.
I mean, but that's what we know. Like we know that that's something he should do.
He's finishing off Forest. Oh wait, no. Where's he going? Tell me he's not going back to
back to Ice Cavern. He's gonna go back to Ice Cavern and do that check. I mean, if it pays off, hey, you know.
We still don't know what the hell it was.
Yeah. I mean, I like I said, I looked back at the video and tried to like take a closer look, and I still couldn't tell what it was at all.
Honest to God, I have zero clue what the hell that was.
My guess, if I had to if I had to guess, it would be Deku Shield. It looked like it was possibly Deku Shield.
Yeah, it didn't have like the gleam that certain items had because it was dark, but it didn't look like bombs. So
Yeah.
I think a Deku Shield is a good shout. Double magic for Juwk.
Yeah. And it was flat, or it looked flat, so it wasn't like. Yeah, I don't think it was. It didn't look like Silver Gauntlets. Didn't look like Din's, although we know where Din's is now. It could be, oh god, a Rang Ice Trap. Yeah.
Yeah, to me it actually looked like my first thing seeing was hook shot. I was like, that kind of looks like a hook shot, but if it is, then it's an absolute trap, and he's gonna feel absolutely awful when he picks it up. But I mean, if it is something, then great. He still is in with a shout if this is something, or if something's on Saria's song. If it isn't, then he's just in big trouble.
I mean, the way that he's playing, I assume that he'll go back to being a child and do the Saria song checks.
Yeah,
if
I
this is
completely
nothing,
agree.
because Like he's chasing after these checks that like are more out of the way and not exactly something that you would normally wind up getting.
Okay, what have we got? What the hell is that? It's the mirror shield.
No,
No, it's strength 2.
it's strength.
It's strength 2. I don't believe it.
Okay, it's real. I was
Oh
waiting for the
my
ice
God.
trap. So he has to hope that silver gauntlets are stuck behind, or it's that gold gauntlets. The other strength is stuck behind strength.
I can't believe that paid off.
Well
All
done.
right, well, we are
Up
back to having a race.
Up until Juwk finds gauntlets on fucking Bongo Bongo, we have ourselves a race here.
Oh my word.
He went toilet. Yeah, toilet kind of made sense because Song of Time possibly was Way of the Hero hint, and we got like a long shot. Weird, like long shot possibly could be Way of the Hero hint too. So he was playing to those two Way of the Hero hints being GTG and the toilet. So I think that's why he did that first, because he got the 3 or 4 Skulltulas from the trip to Ice Cavern that helped him get to 30. So. Oh yeah, no, super inefficient, but
Yeah, considering he was on 25 skulls before he went there, like you know, like we were saying, like chat was saying, you get 30 skulls, then you go and do ice. You get all. You know, that's you be efficient as possible because no one ever wants to go back to Ice Cavern. It's so annoying to get to.
I mean, no one wants to go to Ice Cavern to begin with. No one wants to go. No one wants to double dip it.
I hate Ice Cavern, but this really does put him back with a chance. Because honestly, if that was nothing, then there was no way on earth he was coming back into this. But
To note, Polyganon, he Letsklay did open up the gate, so he can reverse Wasteland and get back into GTG with Silver Gauntlets, if that is anything. So,
which, to be honest, he might do.
Yeah, I'm almost like 100% sure, certain that he will do that. Let's see. This is where Mirror Shield was in the race I commented 2 days ago. Nope, just a key.
I mean,
The French
so
Vanilla
far,
Mirror Shield would be. Letsklay would be so happy.
well, to be honest, we know that Mirror Shield, unless it's on Bonga right now, we know that it's not in Shadow, and the only other place it can be really is in Fire Temple. So there is a reasonably strong likelihood that Mirror Shield is here.
Yep. I mean, the biggest Letsklay kind of needs. I mean, he still needs to go to the well and then go to the Ganon's Great Fairy. Like, I think Juwk will probably. I mean, Juwk's gonna finish Bongo Bongo and then he's gonna go back to a kid and beat Jabba Jabba.
Yeah, for sure. Oh man. So
Okay,
in my wildest dreams right now, Desert Colossus Way of the Hero leads to Mirror Shield Vanilla on the left hand of the Spirit Temple.
Oh wow.
That is my wildest dreams right now. That's where the mirror is.
Yeah, Boomerang was in Shadow. That would be crazy. A straight vanilla Mirror Shield.
Unless it's on Bonga right now. Nope. Okay, so there are a few overworld checks left. But outside of those few that remain, which it could still be behind Saria's song for all we know.
Yep.
But outside of that, we've only really got Fire. And the rest of Forest.
Yeah, Juwk's gonna definitely, he's safe quitting back to Temple of Time. If Juwk doesn't find anything in Jabu Jabu, I mean, I don't see him not going to Ice Cavern, and he has been collecting skulls still, but he's not anywhere. I don't think he's really near 30. He's at his personal tracker has him at 24.
Yeah, I think that is exactly what he was on. He was on 20. He was on 22
when he went into the spike trap room, so I'm pretty sure he'd have got the one in the spinning pot, and I'm trying to think if there's another one in Shadow. But yeah, 24 sounds reasonable.
Yeah, so he would still, like, there's a chance that he goes, if Jabu's empty. Let's see, wait, no, there are 3 skulls that he can grab on the way in Jabu. So he would be at 27. There's one outside after Jabu that you can get when you turn it to night, which is 28.
Yeah, I mean, there's 4 in Jabu, which, let's face it, they're not difficult skulls to get.
Right,
So...
I think he's already gotten the first one, the one that's in that, the switch room that fills up with water.
Yeah, I forgot he's already done the first check.
So, yeah, I was thinking about that too and had to subtract that out. It was, I was like, what skull number?
Also, Letsklay not using Biggoron Sword is really starting to trigger me.
he needs that
determined.
damage too. He was one swing away from having his head chopped off.
Alright, here we go. Vanilla Mirror Shield, let's do it.
Nope, this road
no,
would be.
never mind. He's going to get double defense.
May as well. I mean,
There we go. No more worries about using the upgraded butter knife on the Iron Knuckles.
yeah. Yeah, I can't see Juwk avoiding or ignoring Ice Cavern for a while, if Jabu's empty for a long time. But it does turn into the question of, does he have Iron Boots when he goes to Ice Cavern?
I struggle to see a world in which Juwk won't get 30 before going there. Knowing Juwk and how he likes to consolidate his checks, there's no way on earth that he's going to Ice without irons.
Did Juwk just not do this when he was here before?
He didn't have a bomb bag.
Ooh, Roland Goran not being nice to him. Jumping over that bomb too.
I think he did spinning pot with strength, but I am almost certain he didn't have a bomb bag to do.
Okay. See, I thought he went when I saw him do the rolling pot. I thought he did that because he had. I guess I wasn't paying attention. I thought he did that because he had bomb bag and was able to also do at least one other check there, but I guess not. Okay.
Okay, so let's.
But yeah, you're right. He didn't. Yeah.
Letsklay is going to do Reverse Wasteland.
Yeah, looks like he is.
He did the pot with choose? I didn't know you could even... Oh, the idea of doing the spinning pot with choose is... Oh, I'm trying not to shudder, that sounds horrendous.
Yeah, I don't know if he did the bot with choose. I don't think you can do the bot with choose. Well, maybe you can, but... Juwk has 24 skulls, give or take 1 or 2. Alright, Letsklay, like, yeah, this is one of those weird situations where, like, Letsklay has to hope he finds something like Mirror Shield in these GTG Silver Block chests, or Gold Gauntlets, and Gold Gauntlets lead to Mirror Shield on the Ganon Fair. Yeah, I think that Juwk did the pot with Goron Bracelet, Bombflower strats.
Yeah, that would make sense. It's not too bad to do.
I think I remember seeing him throw a bomb into the pot. That's the only reason why I'm like, I don't think he did it with bomb choose. I think I saw him throw it. Silvers were at the bottom of Zora's Fountain as an adult. And I think that, yep. Oh no, wait, he's already gone in. He does not need a fish.
Nope, no fish needed. Right, 3 checks to go then. Does Jabu have the Mirror Shield?
Or a strength upgrade.
Or a strength upgrade. Oh man, you've got a feel for Letsklay if this has a strength upgrade. Again, it's just what we were just talking about. You make a big play, you go and get something, and then it's just somewhere else anyway, like one of those progressive items.
Yep. So Juwk's already dipped. Both runners have already dipped Jabu, so they won't have to do the that one check on the right. But there are still 3 checks in here, 3 items, including one of those, including Jabu Jabu, of course. Or I mean, Baronade Heart.
Let's not forget that Mirror Shield could well be on horseback archery.
Yeah. Water Temple is barren, so nothing on like. The only thing that could be important in Water Temple would be if we do need Epona for something, and the boss key is in the river chest. That would be the only way that Song of Time would be important still, I think. And yes, Reverse Wasteland, never in Logic, just a trick you should probably know.
Yeah,
The game will never say.
Very convenient, but certainly it will never be an accessible Logic as far as I can tell.
Yes, I hope that it never is. I don't mind doing Reverse Wasteland, and I don't mind learning it and struggling with it, but I think that I like the ability to do some of those like logic breaks. It's just a nice nice thing that extra thing you can do.
It's just not accessible enough for the whole point of the accessible races, I dare say.
Yeah. So we've got a full heart piece for Juwk. So just one more check in Jabu Jabu left, and that will be Baronade Heart.
Yeah. So far, 2 out of 4 checks done behind the silver block, and nothing so far. There's the Mirror Shield!
Oh.
The Mirror Shield is behind
boy.
Strings 2! Alright, well.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen,
Get
we
the
have
hell back
ourselves
to
a
the
race.
Oh my goodness.
This has gone from Let's Clay's done, it's over, to no, he still has a chance to. Alright, we in this.
I mean, so he's a Boomerang and Din's. Well, he needs 3 items, but they all lead to one another, so he's gonna eventually find Hammer and Well, because he's absolutely not going to do Fire Temple before getting the Hammer, so.
Yep. It basically, it all comes down to where is the 3rd strength, because where that is, if Juwk finds it somewhere like on Baronade Heart or somewhere like, simple, then Let's Clay's, it's not even a lead, but just like Let's Clay's ability to get back into this race is dropped significantly. And the problem is, oh, go ahead.
No, sorry, I was just going to point out to chat, Hammer is required because it's behind the Crater Ferry. Sorry, dude, carry on.
No, I was going to say basically the same thing of with Hammer being required to get into the Hammer Ferry for Dins, which leads to Shadow, which leads to the Boomerang. Clay was playing for the crazy checks, and the bottom of the well is not a crazy check. So there is a good chance that Clay just never really goes to the bottom of the well before Juwk goes to the Ice Cavern.
Yeah.
Which would be unfortunate, but
in my head, this is Juwk's race to lose. It all depends on what he chooses to do after Jabu. If he chooses to go to ice, finish off his skulls and go straight to ice, then he wins. If he chooses anywhere else, then Letsklay really has a good chance.
yeah.
Let's say Juwk goes to finish off Forest. Then Letsklay is really looking good.
I mean, for us, this is for us commentators and viewers, we are basically, like, we know where all of the items are where you can rush to Ganon and get the light arrow hint.
Where the hell are those light arrows?
I don't know.
Maybe they're on horseback archery.
We are about to find out.
Oh, do you skip that? Oh wait, no, he's already done it. Never mind, I'm being an idiot. He's already done that check.
Yeah. I actually kind of like my initial thought was, oh hey, light arrows are gonna be there, because he skipped it.
Yeah,
but then I was like, oh no wait, it's where he left. I mean, yeah, what's funny is both runners are kind of playing to the Gerudo Fortress light arrows way the hero hint. So Juwk's gonna do that special, I call it special, but that roll where you were able to roll and spam the A button, I think, and get in there without needing anything.
I'm always too terrified to try it. Because I know
Same.
like runners will just jump from the top, they'll avoid that lowering platform to save a bit of time, and then they'll get that. The idea of not lowering that platform to me is nightmarish. Because I would never get that door open. I'd have to go all the way back
Yes. Exactly.
around. Okay, Juwk. 27 skulls. There is no way he goes ice without 30.
You would assume. I mean, if Force Archery does contain light arrows, and this is like the worst possible outcome for where light arrows are, I still think that favors Juwk, because Juwk's execution is slightly better than Letsklay's. So, no, is Juwk behind? No, both runners are pretty even. I actually would say that Juwk is ahead, because it's more likely that he goes the correct way and winds up getting his silver gauntlets, which will lead to Mirror Shield, than Letsklay goes to bottom of the well to get Hammer to get Din's Fire.
Yeah, also, can we finally get some appreciation for Letsklay choosing to use Biggoron Sword? I noticed it in that last fight. He's finally switched to Biggoron Sword at long, long last.
Yeah, well, it's important against Twin Rover. It goes from being a one cycle that's not too hard to one cycle that is really easy.
I struggle to get the Master Sword one cycle for Twin Rover.
I actually do too, because I'm always like too early with the stabs, crouch stabs.
Yeah.
I feel like I get 4 every time, and I'm like, really? It's funny because I've been able to like I'm okay at getting Master Sword one cycle with Ganon now, or with Ganondorf now, but
Okay, Juwk, where are you going? It's up to you now, friend. It's your ball game.
He is going to go back and get the light arrow cutscene item. One day we'll see a stream or an actual like tournament bracket race where light arrows are straight vanilla.
What if this is strength 3?
Ugh.
That would be pretty disgusting, right?
Yeah, that would all of a sudden, while we're talking about this is a race to, oh, Juwk.
Never mind. Yeah. Yeah. We hope not. I hope this is not strength.
Yeah. Where was Mirror? Mirror Shield was in Silver Gauntlet's block push room in GTG. Yeah, Clay needs to go to the well. Like, it's one of those things where like Clay might wind up going to like Forest and Fire Temple before he goes to the well.
He might just live the well bait meme too hard and just choose fire or forest first. I hope not.
It's a gold scale.
Gold
We're
scale,
yellow.
okay. Where's he going?
Clay is saving quitting. He could be going to the well. I mean, of everything that Clay has left, well is the like efficient, correct play.
Okay, Juwk is going to do the lab diving minigame. Yep,
You know,
Letsklay is going well.
Yep, does seem that way. I'm gonna have to ask Letsklay actually if he could see what that item was at the bottom of the fountain.
Oh, I've written that down in the biggest letters I can on my notepad here.
Probably smart. I mean, I would assume he didn't know what it was, because otherwise he would have gone straight there instead of going to the toilet. But
there it is. So now, Letsklay, please don't do cuckoos. Please just go straight into the well. Don't waste your time with cuckoos here. You can do that afterwards. It's 2 hours 31 minutes in. If you've not done cuckoos already, you leave cuckoos alone.
yeah, basically you live by the cuckoos, you die by the cuckoos.
Exactly. That is an amazing statement. I'll stand by that. Right. Okay. He is going to the well.
Well, and now, yeah, I mean, he still does have to, after going to the well and getting the hammer, he still then has to go, all right, I gotta go back to being an adult and get the... Now, Death Mountain Crater was Way of the Hero, so if he gets the hammer, he could go, and he has been playing big time to the Way of the Hero hints. So, that hammer might trigger the, oh, Death Mountain Crater, Way of the Hero, Hammer Fairy.
Yeah, I think it's exceptionally likely that he does follow the hammer, but I'm wondering whether he follows Saria's song first.
Oh, that's a good point.
He could decide to do a full roundup of Saria's song checks before he goes and follows the hammer whilst he's a child, because this is, you know, he doesn't have the boomerang, he doesn't know when he's going to become child next.
Juwk seeing yellow, but it's just a huge rupee on the hammer chest in the maze in
Is he
Goron.
going to fire? Oh, he's going to the fire temple. Oh, Juwk! Oh, Letsklay did this now.
I mean, we don't know where the third strength is.
No, we don't know where light arrows are. This could be just required outright anyway. But
Yes.
this is. Oh, I can't believe what this is turning into.
Juwk is playing the Fire Temple, Deep Fire Stone memes. And it's going to turn into a meme for Letsklay if strength is in here.
If
for
strength
Juwk.
is in here, then Juwk is the luckiest person. Or Letsklay is the unluckiest person. I'm not quite sure which. Oh man. Now this is tense. This has gone from Juwk in the lead to Letsklay is coming back into it to this is now a full-on, very close race.
That's a good point, Raykaru. Juwk is going to get to his 30 skulls by doing a couple of these checks here in Fire Temple. So, you know, and that's 28 for him. So he's 2 away. I think he has not gotten the one that is above Impus House in Kakariko. So.
Letsklay is throwing his potential lead here by not being able to look into the coffin. There we go. Just a piece of heart.
No, nothing of importance. Yeah, final strength has to like be in Ganon's castle or
literally break the logic and just put it behind Ganon's castle fairy. That's what Letsklay needs right now. He needs those goals to be as far away from Juwk as humanly possible.
I will say, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think that in this situation, if there's a bomb bag. If gold gauntlets aren't required in any way, shape, or form, gold gauntlets, the other strength upgrade, could have been put on not Skull Mask. What's the name of that horrid check that requires all dungeons?
Wait, what?
The Mask of Truth.
Oh, right.
Because it doesn't just it doesn't eliminate it. It just puts something that you don't need on those checks.
No, I don't think it can. I'm pretty sure Mask of Truth can't ever have an item that's ever going to be needed.
Right. So,
I'm not. No, as in like ever going to be needed in any seed.
Oh, and this is beatable only, so you have to be able to reach all areas.
Yeah, so I'm fairly sure Mask will just be just some garbage.
So I was gonna say, I think I've had, Raykaru, it can put extra things like extra bomb bags.
Oh, it can have third string. Okay, I wasn't sure if it could ever have anything that was like potentially required, but fair enough. Things you learn.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know because of the all locations reachable being, as one of the settings. I don't know if that includes like being able to reach the light trials. Even if there's nothing important behind light trials, you still got to be able to reach it according to all locations reachable. So maybe not in these settings, but and there is the boss key for Juwk.
Boss key. Does he go further? Looks like he is.
I think he's gonna play Song of Time block here. Oh, he's just gonna do the glitchless jump, and get the skull tower that's in here, and that'll be 29. So, yeah, Volvagia. So that the chest across from where Juwk is a key, and then Volvagia has a key before you can go deeper into Fire Temple.
Oh wow,
That might save him, you know. That might put him off doing any more fire, knowing full well that he has to do Volvagia.
Juwk is still gonna get this key though.
I mean, I guess it makes sense to just do this now, and even if he doesn't choose to slay the dragon, he can walk back and just do that instead of having to go back for that key.
Juwk is not doing spirit because he does not have silver gauntlets.
Yeah, he does not have the silver gauntlets, which is the one crux he has right now. That's the one thing that's putting Letsklay potentially further and further to winning this race, is the fact that he's got silvers. He's about to find his hammer right now.
Yeah, I wonder if Juwk kills Volvagia and then leaves, gets his 30 skulls, gets iron boots, and then does Ice Cavern. Yep, and there's Clay's hammer, and he was thinking about it. He's like, do I just go Fire Temple?
I categorically don't see a world where Letsklay does fire before he does the Crater Fairy, so he's really into this now. I mean, he is an entire Shadow Temple behind, and the Shadow Temple is not a quick thing to do.
It is not, no.
But he is an entire Spirit Temple ahead, you know. But of course, there's the Jabu buffer that Juwk also has.
Yeah, there have been seeds that Volvagia has locked a key, and then there's an important item beyond the key locked area that Volvagia has had.
Yeah, ironically, I think that was where Strength 2 was in one of the recent qualifiers. I think there was a Strength 2 in Deep Fire, which required Volvagia to be beaten, and then to go further into it to get Strength. And then there was a Strength 2 somewhere else. It was just like one of those really awkward things. I think it was actually the well.
I think Schadenfreude has said it in chat, and that it was one of the qualifiers that Juwk actually wound up winning.
Yes, because he went and did that, so maybe he's going to do it again.
Boomerang is in Shadow Temple, so he did not leave the well without this boomerang.
Oh, he's doing cuckoos! No. Oh no! What's he doing? Give the cuckoos up, man. You've just found the hammer. You leave the cuckoos alone.
He must be in his own head where he's like, I big-brained those silver gauntlets at the bottom of that Zora's Fountain so hard. Maybe Juwk's not even playing to 30 skulls. I have time. No. I'm gonna make now. Now I'm gonna play conservative.
This is like 2 minutes down the drain.
At least.
Juwk has done cuckoos. Yeah, this is just a piece of heart from what I remember.
Yeah, Juwk's done cuckoos. He's done Skull Mask.
Juwk is not doing any more of fire. He's out.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
But where's he going?
Yeah,
he's going to forest.
No, he can warp to Minuet. He's probably gonna. I don't know if he's got. How many skulls does he have? He's got 28.
He's got 28, I want to say.
Yeah, if he can. I don't know where another one. Oh, he hasn't gotten the one that's in the wall in Death Mountain Crater. Or Death Mountain Trail, excuse me. So he's gonna get the one that's in the wall of. No, he's not. No, he's gonna go forest.
Please tell me he's not going to ice without 30 skulls. Oh, he is! He's going to ice without 30 skulls.
Well, we've got not one but two double dipping ice caverns.
Or is he just getting the skulltula that's on Zora's Rivers? That's quite easy to get.
Maybe?
Nope.
No, he's playing
Oh no, Juwk!
Oh wait, no.
No, he's just.
No, he's doing the trick.
The cheese.
No. I was like, maybe he realized. Maybe he's. Nope. He's just. He's just showing off.
If Letsklay saw this without a scale, I'm not sure, and Juwk has a golden scale, he's going to dive deeper. He's going to see this. He is absolutely going to see this as the silver gauntlets.
Oh, that is a good point. That he probably will see it because of the gold scale.
He has the gold scale. There's no way on earth that he doesn't check this first. And he will just get that skull and he will leave immediately. And Letsklay, he's wasting so much time with these chickens.
Hold on, I have Juwk full screen for a second here so that I can try and see
must be able to see this.
I
think
mean,
I think he's seen it.
I mean, I know what it is, and I saw the silver sheen and saw it rotate as like a cylinder, so I kind of like
No, he
I
hasn't
can
seen it.
see what it is, but that's because I know what it is.
This angle is not going to help.
I don't think he's.
Oh,
I don't know.
Juwk, please.
Again.
He's wasting more time on this than Letsklay on Cuckoos.
I can't.
I don't think he knows.
I mean, he may
He's
may
going
do.
close. He's going to ice.
Yeah, he
Maybe.
may get
He's
30
not
skulls and
swapping
come
out.
back.
Yeah, he might get the 30th skull and just leave, but then there's one he hasn't done the skull in CAC on the rooftop. And that's the skull he needs to finish it up.
This is
man,
this is nuts.
Why is he doing bomb tube bowling? Come on, Letsklay!
God, I forgot he hadn't done bomb tube bowling. This has gone from Juwk's gonna I'm not sad that Juwk's winning, but like it's gonna not even be close to we have a race. Oh, we have a race too. What are they doing?
If Letsklay hands in this skull mask, I'm gonna freak out.
Oh my god, stop. Let's stop.
No, what are you doing?
I mean, okay, so I'm still not happy. But if he at least does the Saria checks, I at least will forgive him a little bit.
I can't believe this. He's doing sphere zeros at 2 hours and 43 minutes. Just give that shit up, man. Go and follow the hammer.
He has to have forgotten Death Mountain Crater Way of the Hero. He has to be just like his brain must be going a million miles an hour, and it's like, well, if the bottom of the well, and if the hammer was anything, Juwk would have gotten it right away. I mean, he'd be done by now. Like it's just like,
And Juwk is doing all of ice, and this is gonna take some time.
I mean, I don't like hate it because it is like he's getting all of these checks done and everything, but it just he was playing so aggressive, and then all of a sudden it's like he got an advantage and he's clammed up and he's like, By the way, Juwk just warped out.
Wait, what? Oh, he's doing his skulls. He's doing his skulls and he's going back. So he went to ice to finish his skulls because they were in there and they were easy to do. He's going to get iron boots. He's probably going to go straight back, and he's probably going to get his silvers straight away. So unless Letsklay changes his mind right now,
that's really interesting. So he grabbed blue fire. He's going to get the iron boots. He can unfreeze King Zora on his way back in, and then as soon as he gets the song, he can leave and doesn't have to worry about anything.
This might have just saved him. I mean, let's be fair, he still doesn't have the mirror shield, so he's going to get strength 2. Doesn't mean he's going to find the mirror shield nice and quick, but...
First Saria song check, just a blue rupee.
Right, and he's off to do Darunia Dance.
He still does have all of...
committed for this.
Yeah, he still does have all of Goron City to do here. Like he's got Spinning Pot, he's got Rolling Goron.
Please don't do all of Goron City. Follow Saria's and leave. Just accept that Juwk would have finished by now if this was in play. Just follow Saria's, then leave.
Alright, Darunia, what do you got for us?
Light arrows! I don't believe it!
Oh my god, it's the only check in Goron
Why is it
City!
quiet? Juwk is gonna get silvers and he's gonna leave. He's not gonna do ice.
Maybe.
No, there's no way. There's no way Juwk does ice. He's gonna get silvers and he's gonna go straight to spirit. There's no way he does the rest of ice.
I think he does the rest of ice though, because you don't want to triple dip it.
Yeah, but
ice arrows are.
I don't think he's gonna do the rest of ice. I can see him getting this and just leaving. I can see him going straight to spirit.
Oh my god! Please don't. That would be the worst.
Where's he going? No, he's getting closer to the entrance. He is going to finish off ice.
Yeah,
okay.
You do not. He basically double dipped ice cavern. You do not want to. What are you doing?
Oh, Letsklay is wasting so much time on these checks.
Juwk, you had blue fire earlier. Why did you want freeze king Zora before?
He's leaving. He's going to defrost King Zora and that's it. He's done.
No. What is he doing?
Wait, he's just saved. He's just saved. Is he scumming his fire? Right.
No.
No, I'm not sure.
Back at the Temple of Time.
He might go straight back. Wait, no, but why would he do that? Oh man, I don't know what's happening. Juwk.
Oh no.
Yeah, to confirm for chat, Sari is in Ice Cavern, and Light Arrows is behind Sari's, and Juwk's going to Spirit. He's not finishing ice.
Wow.
Oh my word, Letsklay, you have this to win. This is your race to lose. Oh my word.
So, if I remember correctly, Juwk has done everything in Goron City except for Darunia.
Yes. So if he does get the, when he gets the Light Arrow cutscene, he'll go straight to ice. There's no way on earth he'll consider it because obviously he knows what's left.
Yeah. So he'll know. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Mirror Shield was in the silver push block room of GTG.
Chat is asking me how many times Juwk has been in the lead and then not again. Honestly, I think Juwk has been in the lead for 90% of this seed.
I mean, in a way, I think Juwk might still be in the lead.
Yeah, he's not losing because Letsklay is looking for items still. It's not like he's in go mode. It's not like he's rushing to the finish. He does still need to find Dins behind the Crater Fairy and then rush through Shadow.
And get Boomerang and then do Jabu.
Yeah, but the likelihood of him not just checking this immediately is very slim.
I mean, yeah, okay, Bolero. I was gonna say the only thing that Juwk can hope for in a way is, or not only thing, but something that would ease Juwk would be if Letsklay he's going for the Hammer Fairy. Yeah.
Right, he is absolutely getting Din straight away.
Is if Letsklay did Fire Temple or Forest Temple first for some reason.
Letsklay getting a bit too hasty, equipping his light arrows. You're not there yet, friend. Little while to go before you fight the pig.
Yep.
Yeah. Letsklay does still have to do all of Shadow.
There's Dins. Yep.
Letsklay. And all of Jabu. So he, let's face it, he's still 25 minutes away from even considering Ganon. But Juwk still has to do Spirit, and he's not got the Mirror Shield, so he has to go do Spirit. He has to go and find the Mirror Shield. He doesn't know where it is, and then he has to go back, finish Spirit, then go to Ganon, then go back as Child to get Light Arrows. So it's going to take a little while for Juwk to actually finish this seed, even though he is where he is.
Yeah, I think that Juwk will, if Juwk basically full clear Spirit, goes reverse Wasteland or GTG, finds Mirror Shield, comes back and finishes Spirit. By the time he finishes Spirit, Letsklay will probably be done with Shadow, which means Juwk will be going to Ganondorf while Letsklay is... Well, that's not good there, Juwk. While Letsklay is still an adult and finishing up Bongo Bongo.
Yeah, I don't think that the time discrepancy is big enough for Letsklay to just, like, be in the lead or be within a chance of like sniping this. But if Juwk hesitates and makes the wrong calls, then that's all it's going to take, in my opinion, for Letsklay to win this.
Yeah, this is. I'd actually argue that this is like neck and neck right now.
This is so close. This is unbelievably close.
Because Clay is going to finish Shadow and is going to he's going to find the boomerang while in Shadow, finish Shadow, go straight to Jabu and go mode Jabu.
Yeah, because he doesn't need to check the Jabu checks. You know, Juwk did check all 4 of those. He doesn't need to.
Yep. Letsklay did. Yeah, he did dip. So.
Yeah, that is true. He has done the sort of the more arduous room, but he doesn't need to check the chests at least, say for a few seconds.
If Juwk big brains this and goes like finishes what he has in Spirit, goes and gets Mirror Shield in the Silver Gauntlets block chest room, comes back, finishes Spirit Temple, then it's close, because like I have a feeling when he gets the hint, he'll know A, where light arrows are, which is Drunia, and B, he'll know he needs Saria, and he'll put together that it's in Ice Cavern.
Can you imagine for a second a world in which Letsklay gets his 5 skulls before he goes to ice? Man, he would be.
Can you imagine?
Or he doesn't do cuckoos, for crying out loud. Can you imagine Letsklay not having done cuckoos right now? It'd be halfway through Shadow.
This is just. Yeah, Juwk might wind up checking Burning Cack first, because he knows opponents is on OOT. He doesn't know where Saryasong would be. It's either on, for Juwk, it's either on Burning Cack or Ice Cavern.
Letsklay is having a really hard time with this push block here.
Yeah, there's a reason why sometimes if I have the Lens of Truth, I'll actually pull it out and use it, just because I think that even that menu swapping might be quicker than like guessing wrong 2 or 3 times.
Oh yeah, I always pull out lens here if I've got it. It takes 3 seconds to pull out the lens, then you don't need to waste potentially like 15 seconds by pushing the wrong 2 options.
Wow, this has been a heck of a race. Both runners
boy.
have been playing like really well,
Yeah.
and I love the fact that we've had such a like the diversity in regards to where these runners went and how their like last go mode items and everything is so interesting.
Yeah, past the first 15 minutes, their routing has been entirely different. Like there has not been a single time where I've been like, oh, they're in the same place. You know, they got to Adult 1, and that was it. Even from Adult 1, Juwk went straight to Zora River, and then Letsklay went to Cack, and ever since then it's been wild.
Yeah, and basically like they're still neck and neck. It's not like, oh well, one person went one way and it all paid off and they're like 30 minutes ahead. Like this is going to come down to the wire. And yeah, well Juwk's almost done with Spirit. He actually has to leave, go to GTG, go to the Silver Block push room, get his Mirror Shield, and then come back.
Yep. I think he will. I think this is the play he makes right now. Yeah, he's.
Yeah, there's no reason you don't make this play.
Letsklay just needs the boomerang, which is in Shadow, for chat's benefit there.
Yep. And we don't know where third strength is.
Nah, not a clue.
Yeah. All right. So Juwk will reverse Wasteland here.
Letsklay's first third through Shadow. Still got a fair bit to do.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is Shadow's. Shadow. He's still looking for the boomerang, which he'll find in here. But Shadow's also a dungeon where you don't really. I wasn't paying attention to Juwk, but like you don't really get a chance to skip any checks.
Yeah, there's no such thing as go moding Shadow, because the keys are they can be everywhere. It's just impossible to trust the fact that you can actually skip anything. Oh boy. But Juwk is only a few minutes away from finding his Mirror Shield. He will have 6 medallions very soon. I can't see Letsklay being ahead enough.
I wasn't paying attention. Does anyone remember if we had boss key and an extra small key when we were on the boat when Juwk went through? Because if that's the case, you can skip those last 3 checks if you're in Go mode and Shadow. It's so unlikely that that happens, but once in a great while.
I think the boss key is in the Din's room. I'm pretty sure he had a key, but I don't think he had the boss key.
Small key behind Spike Wall? Okay, so yeah, so never mind. Alright. That would have been the only thing that you would have been able... That's the only really thing that you can, like, Go mode in Shadow.
Yeah. Unless he keeps a key, doesn't check that Gibdo room. just leaves, but... In fact, no, the Gibdo room... No, that's not locked. I'm thinking of the wrong one. Never mind.
Wait, what? Juwk went to the hammer chest.
Juwk
Alright.
went hammer chest. Well, that's a little bit of time for Letsklay.
Just scrolling back up and I see Juwk, please.
Why is he getting more skulls? He's got his iron boots. Why is he getting more skulls? Juwk, why are you on 32 skulls?
I
mean, surely to Christ he's seen the fact that 40 and 50 are dead. Surely.
I mean, just because he saw them doesn't mean he remembers them. That's all I can think. All I can think of is that, like, he forgot to write them down or put, like, I don't.
Yeah,
Juwk's trying to pull in a Nat from last season.
I mean, Letsklay. You've just wasted all the time that Juwk just spent getting those skulls. You just wasted falling off. Get the lens out.
Juwk's gonna go to the toilet first. I mean, I can't blame him because, like, it's kind of the same thing that Clay did. In that, like, you're like, oh, well, Song of Time maybe Way of the Hero, Long Shot maybe Way of the... Like, you're like, maybe it's toilet. But it's just, us knowing that it's nothing, it's just, when it's in Silver Push Block Room instead, it's just, ugh.
I'm not sure you do toilet first here. If you've just got silvers, you do the 4 checks, and then you come back and do toilet if needs be.
Yeah, I'm actually with you on that. I don't do toilet first. I go to the Silver Block Chest Room, and I get Mirror Shield, and I go, well, I hope light arrows aren't in the toilet, because I ain't gonna check them now.
Yeah, absolutely. Get those Ganon's Toilets emotes out in the chat. There's almost 300 of you subs. There must be plenty of these.
CSR toilet? Oh man, this is like this. This is like that. Ugh, not like this. Not like this, Juwk.
Can I just say, no Pharaoh's Wind this far into the seed is unusually cruel.
Yeah. Yep. Ferora's Wind is like, but I wanted Ferora's Wind. When you get
how much they've checked as well.
Oh yeah, I mean at this point, Ferora's Wind is in Ganon's castle somewhere.
Oh, oof. Thought he missed it there.
I was afraid Juwk leaves, makes the big brain play that's like somewhere else.
That would have been the most galaxy brain play you'd have ever seen, and it would have absolutely failed.
If Ferora's is in Ganon's boss key chest and Juwk checks it, he actually saves time.
That is true.
Not like a ton of time, but he saves time. Alright, so Juwk is gonna find his mirror shield. He's gonna go back to Spirit. Like I said, I think that... Yeah, I think Clay's gonna finish Shadow about the same time. They're gonna finish Shadow and Spirit about the same time.
Yeah, and having to still do all of Jabu, and you know he doesn't even have Prelude. So getting back to the temple as child is not as quick as just warping out.
There's the mirror shield. Juwk is gonna.
Why is he finishing the checks? Oh, it's, I guess light arrows. You don't want to come back.
I guess, but like, why do you not finish the ice cavern in that situation? Damn it! I don't. He still had mirror shield to find in ice cavern. It's like, why are you not finished? Like, at least if he had done like.
Especially when he was like, he'd done the first check. He'd got up. He'd finished the first check. He only like, even if you skip the last check in the song, all you have to do is go left one room, and that's 2 extra checks right there. It's just such a strange decision.
I mean, I will say, like, that one chest is a second away. Like, you're not like spending time going through a dungeon or anything. And yeah, and it's being pointed out in chat, like, Ice Cavern is not usually a dungeon that or a mini dungeon that like you full clear in that situation, just because it's a little long. There's not a lot of checks. You're not thinking that the song that's in Ice Cavern in this situation is going to be required for light arrows. Like, I don't really like. I'm kind of making fun of the fact that like Juwk left, but that's only because we knew. Like, if Juwk had for some reason gone Ice Cavern before Letsklay did, and Juwk had not, had done exactly the same thing he did, and then I would have been like, yeah, no, that's a fine play.
Letsklay is going to. Does he have the scarecrow?
I think he does.
Not sure if he ever went and got the adult scarecrow, but he's going to do the long shot scarecrow, which is quicker than the cutscene of destroying the pillar. And if he finds the key, he can absolutely just bail. He doesn't need to do the rest of the checks as long as he gets that key. There it is. Not checking the rest of them. No need. Let's go. Save as many seconds as you can.
You did what I would have done with. I have the boss key, right? Right? Okay, I'm good.
Yeah, just confirm. Don't go too crazy rush mode. It's like, oh crap, don't actually have the boss key. And it's going to be a simultaneous Bongo Twin Rover fight.
Yeah, Bongo's a little faster, but because especially if Twin Rover decides
he doesn't know how to get the scarecrow, or has he just not got it?
Maybe he didn't get the scarecrow song?
You need to stand on the edge of the thing, right?
I have no idea.
You have to stand right there.
On
the edge of the bird face. You have to stand on the edge.
Probably.
And you get the... Oh no! What's he? Oh, I thought he walked back to the start of the boat. Oh,
I was gonna say. I was gonna say he's just gonna do what I've always done, which is just shoot the thing and then void, because you just go back up outside.
I got so scared there. I thought he'd gone back to the start of the boat ride. Oh.
Nope, it's only scary if you don't go in that extra door first. I was like, am I missing something? What happened?
I'm sorry, chat. I'm so tense right now. This is unbelievable. I'm freaking out over the smallest things.
Oh, Letsklay is gonna get through Bongo Bongo before Juwk does. Juwk gets to Twin Rover. Oh, this is gonna be close. This is gonna be really close. I mean, okay. Juwk's gonna go to Ganon, see the hint. He's gonna have to go to Ice Cavern, go back to being a kid, turn it in, go back to being an adult.
It's not quick. Juwk does not have a quick route here. Boy.
I mean, I know that like Clay's still got to do Jabu Jabu, and that's not gonna be quick exactly, especially getting to and whatnot. But
do you know what Juwk did, which is clever and something which I wondered why he saved and quit when he was adult and when he defrosted King Zora. He still has one of the bottles of ice, although he will need to get another one from the push block room. He still has one bottle of blue fire, so he can go straight left. He can get some blue fire from the room with the push blocks.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Through to the song. He doesn't need to worry about going all the way through those other checks. So he is going to save himself a bit of time there. And that honestly might be all it comes down to.
Juwk barely at the very end there got that hit on Twin Rover.
Oh,
Oh, this is so close. Okay. He's not... Letsklay is not going to pick up Prelude here.
Yep.
Which I guess is fine. It would take him just about as long to get Prelude as it would to just walk to the lake and fly on the owl. So
Yeah, I actually, I almost think that if Clay, Letsklay, or not Letsklay, that Letsklay shouldn't get Prelude, but Juwk should.
yeah, yeah, I agree.
But it's difficult. Like, it's just, oh boy.
Because for all he knows, Saria's song is on Burning Cack, so he might waste a little bit of time going there. I'm not sure if he goes straight to ice. I mean, there's no way on earth you gamble that. You don't gamble that Saria's song is in ice. You do Prelude first, 100%.
Yeah, you check Burning Cack. Yeah.
Not Prelude. Sorry, yeah, Burning Cack, not Prelude.
Well, it's gonna be Prelude of Light,
yeah.
but it's the Burning Cack check. Yeah. I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Oh, this is so close. This is so close.
I won't lie. I really think Clay has a lead here.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if he has a lead. He has already done the first room. So
by a lead, I mean he's going to enter Ganon's castle about 30 seconds to a minute before Juwk re-enters Ganon's castle with light arrows.
Oh, man.
Which may actually not be a lead because Clay will still have to fight the 3 enemy levels, while as Juwk will just run up there.
Oh, this is so close. If Letsklay makes the slightest mistake on anything that he does, that might be all it takes to lose. This is going to be so down to the wire. This could honestly might come to a quick Ganon kill. Like, if one of them messes up a cycle, as unlikely as that is, that's all this might come down to.
Yep. The tournament is, I saw a question in chat, tournament is best of 1 double elimination. So this first round, so the winner of this will move on to the second round of the winner's bracket. Loser will drop down to the loser's bracket. So basically you have 2 lives, but best of 1.
This is technically the biggest upset we can get as well. This is seed 2,
Yep.
1 versus 32 has already happened. This is seed 2 versus 31. This is Belgium versus Germany. This is one hell of a potential upset here.
I mean, yeah, this, jeez. This is close. Juwk is gonna, like... This is the sort of thing where Juwk's gonna get that light arrow hint, is just gonna go, oh no, please be in Burning Cack, and when it's not, it's just like,
For chat that is asking, the next match is in 2.5 hours. I forget who it's against. I think it's, is it Bunuru? Unsure, but to be honest, I am that tense right now I can't even concentrate, so my memory is kaput.
just bombs.
Just bombs,
You
no
did check
Pharaoh's
it.
win there. Which would have really helped.
It looks like Necro versus Cacao at 4 p.m. right here on ZSR. So 2.5 hours away.
So not too long before we get to do it all again.
Wow, I have to say these qualifiers, these tournament seeds have been something else. Oh, Clay's getting bodied by the parasite.
Every mistake counts. Every mistake counts, Clay. What are you doing? Come on.
The nerves. Clay's got to be like, why hasn't Juwk done yet? Why hasn't Juwk done yet? Okay, Juwk is on his way up.
I've never watched a race where literally every single thing matters here. This is unbelievably close.
All right, Juwk, do not. I've done this before. Juwk, do not spam through the light arrow hint.
Goron City, right? He knows it.
Okay.
He's off to do Burning Cack.
For sure.
I mean, yeah, that's the only.
Yeah.
Someone correct me, but I'm pretty sure that's the only thing he hasn't done is Darunia. Like he's done the
Yeah.
hammer in the maze, he's done the other maze checks, he's done the rolling Gorons, he's done the pop.
Oh man, where's he go? He doesn't have Pharaoh's Wind. What's he doing?
You can't warp.
Oh, of
It's
course.
it's
Oh,
one of
yeah,
those
you can.
weird
Yeah,
things,
you
yeah.
can. You can warp from there. Of course, it's quicker. Right, you're
Yep,
going
and
to
he
do
is-
Burning Cack.
And he is gonna check Burning Cack first.
Makes perfect sense. He's gonna feel really annoyed when it's not Saria's song, knowing full well that he bailed from ice.
Oh man.
Juwk did check validation chest. Oh. Letsklay, what are you doing? You can't mess up on the Octo.
What? Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, everything is so tight right now.
Oh the. So I hate Burning Cack because you've got to leave and come back in.
Yeah, it's such a pain to check.
So annoying, and it's gonna be. I can't imagine the
If I know Juwk loves a good Monka S, but
Oh god, yes.
getting Prelude on Burning Cack right now is the ultimate Monka S moment you've ever seen.
No deep fire memes. Although he's playing Bolero with fire, this is a deep ice cavern meme.
Oh boy.
Clay's going for the frame perfect trick here.
Don't mess this up. Don't mess this up, Letsklay.
Oh, pause buffering. I mean, it's not like he can't like retry it over and over again. But
Come on, Letsklay! Stop this! There we go.
There we go,
right.
okay, second
Just
try.
This is the once. Does he know the quick check for this room? No, he missed the jump.
oh. I'd have not done this.
Throw.
I mean, if I made the tournament, I probably would have gone in and practiced the ever-living crap out of this trick, but I don't know how to do this trick either, so.
No, I have no idea how to do this trick. Not a clue. I've failed it every single time I've tried it. Oh,
Navi, target the right thing!
Kill. Come on, Navi, stop messing around. No!
Oh my gosh! Okay, he's got it. He's got it.
I'm gonna have a goddamn heart attack.
I mean, Clay is definitely ahead. Clay.
Oh my word, he's on Baronade. Juwk isn't even in ice yet.
I mean, Clay. Yeah, Clay. Like I said, like Clay has an advantage. Like Clay's got the lead, and he keeps kind of messing up to shorten that lead. But I would be nervous if I was him too. But yeah, like the amount of like work and just the amount of traveling Juwk has to do to get back to Goron City, yeah. But eventually get to Goron City and then back and then to Ganon's castle and whatnot is a lot.
Yeah.
Whereas Letsklay could go mode. If Letsklay couldn't go mode Jabu Jabu, that would have been different.
Yeah, he has like a 3-4 minute lead. This is gonna be a massive upset. Letsklay. What's he doing? What?
Showing off?
Oh, the absolute balls of this guy.
The swag.
To use goddamn pot strats.
Oh my god, the
Good
swag.
God.
You know, that would have been like, I mean, I'm just thinking
My
like if he had screwed
God,
that up
man.
and that had cost him, like he winds up losing by 5
Yeah.
seconds and he's like, that could have been because I tried to use a pot on Baronade when I didn't have to.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. This guy carries his ball in rucksacks. Oh my god, outrageous. Right, Juwk with a real nice play there to get the silver rupee, but he needs to be quicker. He needs to do this at light speed.
He has got a very, very small advantage in the sense that, and he's frozen. In the sense that he does not have
the
to.
Bats. The trolling is real hard.
Oh, okay, but he stayed up. Clay still has to kill the Lizalfos, the Stalfos, and the Iron Knuckles. Now, I'm not like he's not gonna get bodied and walled by them, but it's still time that he has to do that Juwk will just be running through when he eventually gets there. So Clay definitely has to enter, and he will, but he's
missed the bomb jump.
yeah, this is Clay's got a lead. Clay, like, if Clay for some reason doesn't single cycle Ganondorf, I don't. Yeah, this is Juwk looks like he's just gonna finish a minute or two behind.
Oh man, this is unreal. What an upset this is going to be.
I will say there.
Go on, dude.
No, the precedence for this upset, like last year, a Nat, our #1 seed, lost in round 1 and ran all the way through the losers bracket to win the entire thing. So,
yeah, and I'll be completely honest. I had Juwk to win this. I had Juwk to win the entire thing. So he's absolutely annihilating my bracket predictions. Absolutely destroyed. There's Saria's song. He is an entire child cycle behind.
oh, Clay turning into an adult.
Picking up his gold scale for good measure. He is a child cycle behind Letsklay. This is way too much of a lead to give up.
Yeah, I think so too. It's close, but Clay, like I said, Clay does have to fight through the enemies. It's not a body thing. It's just a couple, time thing. And oh boy, this is it.
The irony is that we laughed and moaned at Letsklay going to ice without 30 skulls, but because he did that, he went back, having already got Saria's song. He went back and got the silver gauntlets. If he would have got 30 skulls first, would he have even finished Ice Cavern? That might have very well made him win this. The fact that he did go to ice first without that.
So let's Clay entering Ganon's castle 3:18:26. Juwk's gonna pick up ice arrows really shortly here, or ice arrows, if only. Light arrows really shortly here.
He does have prelude.
I honestly think this is gonna be really close. This is gonna actually.
He's played Zelda's Lullaby. He just needs to go in there, make the Goron dance. He's a minute.
Oh, holy crap! You're like 15 seconds ahead of me, apparently. He only just entered Goron City for me. I'm refreshing.
Oh no! I'm Zelda's Lullaby. I'm early ranking. I'm not saying he's doing it right now.
Oh, I got him on dirt. He's okay. He's playing light arrows.
He's rolling to Darunia right now for me, so I'm not ahead. Don't worry.
I refreshed. It might resync in a second here. Yeah, it's gonna resync in a second here because the timers has Juwk like 5 seconds. Oh, now there we go. All right, so light arrows.
That second.
Yep. Clay is on the iron knuckles.
Oh, he's a minute ahead. He is 60 seconds ahead. No more.
Oh my god. Again, like, it's not like the end of the world, but Juwk just has to run up Ganon's castle. He doesn't have to fight any of them. So if Clay doesn't single cycle Ganon and Juwk does...
Can you imagine if he had Pharaoh's win right now? He would literally warp there and be at the top.
Oh, they would be side by side.
Oh my god. He's 60 seconds ahead. All he is a run up the castle ahead. If Clay manages to mess this up, Juwk's back in it.
I mean, this is... Yeah, the Big Goron Sword is like, yeah, you should single cycle Ganondorf. But it's a 1v1. No dot done yet. Clay's got to be a little bit nervous.
Letsklay must be absolutely bricking it.
This is not even close. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, this isn't the 16 seconds.
Don't tell them. Commentators are trying to keep it hype.
Okay, entering the castle versus entering the Ganon fight. Don't mess this up, Letsklay. Very clean. Just needs to cycle.
Okay. 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, that's it. That's the one.
He got it. Juwk is right behind.
Oh my word!
I mean,
Like,
Clay,
honestly,
Clay has this.
It's less than a minute.
Oh my god, I get really scared.
Letsklay needs.
I thought he
to
wasn't gonna
find-
store the jump slash.
Juwk needs to hope that Letsklay messes this up. He accidentally does his slash and has to do nut strats or something. That's what he needs right now.
Oh boy, here we go. Ganon fight for Letsklay.
Okay, Clay is only allowed to use Deku Nuts to finish off Ganon.
I mean, to be fair, he used pot strats on Baronade. He might as well use pot nuts on Ganon at this point. Looking good. That's 2 hits
Yep.
on the pig. That's 3 hits. Right.
All right.
One more cycle. One more cycle, and Clay wins.
Yep, Clay
One
basically. Yep.
hell of an upset.
Holding on at the end there. Wow.
Don't mess this up, Clay. That's number 1.
Yep.
Oh, you got hit.
Uh-oh. Oh, reset. Back underneath for 2.
He missed.
The spinning Ganondorf, or Ganon. 3.
That's number 3.
One more.
He missed again.
There we go. Juwk getting to
And that's it.
Ganon. Ganondorf single cycle, but yep, it is.
Yeah,
It's over.
VC
Let's
crash
Clay.
now.
Letsklay seed number 31 manages to topple Juwk seed number 2.
Wow, what a
What?
seed.
What an upset and what a race this has been, ladies and gentlemen.
That was
There it is, the final
amazing.
slash.
GG 323-36. Let's Clay with the first big upset of the tournament. Knocking down Juwk to the lower brackets. Second seed, my bud.
He has slayed the pig and he has slayed what must be one of the favourites for the entire tournament. What a win. Get your GGs in chat, everyone. That was an unbelievable race.
Yeah, that was crazy. Wow, what a GG from both runners.
Yeah, absolutely superb. Like I mentioned earlier, if you're not following these guys, make sure you give them a follow on Twitch. Absolutely phenomenal race.
So,
Yep, and
sorry, go ahead.
go ahead, Tris. No, go. I was just about to say we should be having an interview. I hope coming up.
Let's Clay is not joining because he is really not confident in his English, and Juwk is not responding, so we might don't get an interview.
Well,
I just wanted to say
understandable.
there's of 180 predictions. There is over 20% saying that Juwk is going to win the tournament. So this is actually a big upset.
Wow.
This is huge. Absolutely huge.
Yep. I mean, I can't imagine, like, even the people who, like, didn't pick Juwk to win the tournament, you gotta think that they didn't have Juwk going down in the first round. I mean, I just... That's... I mean, it sucks because we talked about it when it happened. Like, it feels bad in that situation to leave Ice Cavern without full clearing it, but it's probably the smart play. It's just that this seed screwed you on it.
Oh yeah, like the smart play was to leave. Like there's no way you finish Ice Cavern. You found the one item you've got left for go mode, you leave. And you just hope that light arrows are somewhere else that you can get to easily. That he made the right call. It was just not the right call, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, he was still looking for Mirror Shield. That's the only reason why I may have thought to myself, I'm going to full clear and click Mirror Shields in here.
Oh, yeah,
but
of course you still need to mirror
it, like, it's still, like, that still is one of those things where, like, what'll normally wind up happening is you do the rest of Ice Cavern and waste 5-10 minutes, and you lose by 5 minutes, and that's it because the other person just left.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's that damned if you do, damned if you don't. Where, oh, I didn't check this, I didn't finish checking this place, and it had my last go mode item. Oh, I full cleared this area, and I didn't need to.
So I want to quickly say, out of 180 predictions, 171 bet that Juwk wins this, and only 9 people went for Letsklay.
So
Wow.
Letsklay plus 8 others. They've still got their predictions going strong.
I was gonna say Letsklay actually voted for Juwk.
Oh wow.
That's
well,
crazy.
the winner of this faces the winner of Engineer and Kaizo 59.
Yes, indeed. In the next round, Kaizo and Engineer will battle it out, I believe, later this week. I believe it's not scheduled yet. And Juwk will face... Who will Juwk face?
Juwk looks like he'll face the
faces
loser of that match.
Loser of the next match. So Kaizo and Engineer, you'll face the loser of that one, I believe.
Yes, indeed. That's how it works. And yeah, there's currently only one person in first place for the predictions, and that's Mr. Poverty Powell with
strong name.
Yeah, who actually picked actually had all predictions correct so far. So
wow. Is he rolling the seats?
Perfect bracket.
Is it actually you?
No, it's not me. My bracket is already garbage.
Well, I had Juwk to win the entire tournament and just a clean run through, so mine's dead.
Yeah, I had Juwk going away through the winners bracket, and like I think I have him in the finals. So, whoo boy, that's crazy.
Man, I can't get over how good a race that was. That was absolutely amazing. I thought, honestly, about 2.5 hours in, I was like, well, Juwk's probably got this. You know, Letsklay might find something to bring him back into a little bit, but Juwk's got this. I absolutely can't believe how the drastic turnaround on that race is unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, it literally was yeah, there's no way Juwk loses this. Letsklay is so far behind. To, all right, Letsklay's got a chance. You can see what's happening here. To, oh, okay, he's in the lead now. I mean, these tournament seats have been really, like, maybe not as a runner you would appreciate them too much, but these tournament seats have been crazy in how they've shown some of the weirder aspects. Like that whole, like, you needed to go to Ice Cavern to get 30 skulls, 4 iron boots to get to the bottom of Zora's Fountain to get silver gauntlets, but you also wanted to go all the way through Ice Cavern to get Saria's Song to eventually get light arrows.
I can't believe that was even required. Just the fact that was even a thing. These, like you say, these bracket races have been nuts. Unbelievable.
I personally would have gotten 20 skulls and been like, I don't think this is all dungeons, so I ain't getting 30.
Where is strength 3? People ask. Do you want me to check?
Deep fire.
Yes. Yeah. We don't know where strength 3 was.
This might take a second before I give it to you, though. And also, why is the music so loud? Holy. Before I give it to you, I just want to say this is Letsklay's face right now. All right. So we are looking for strength 3, which is. Let me quickly check.
Yeah. Just want to give a shout out, Trez Racing Home, to help us restream this, as well as to our trackers, Ouchie Master and Justin BBC Can 7. Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah, thanks, guys. are nothing without the trackers. And Trez, many thanks
Mhm.
for skipping a red light and breaking several German traffic laws to get back.
So which strength upgrades did we find? We find one in Mido's house.
Yep, we found number 2 at the bottom of the fountain in Zora's Fountain.
And the third one is on a water trial.
Ugh,
Ooh,
gross.
okay, so it was
Okay,
locked
never
away.
getting that.
Wow.
Alright. So, yeah, shoutouts to Clay and Juwk for putting up a nail biter in the end. That was really something. And I hope we get more. Where was 4 hours with? Ask earlier. It was in Forest Temple. Falling Room Chest.
Oh, okay. So near the end.
Yeah, no one would have really realistically got that.
Yep. But we do have much more rando going on. Lots of tournament races. The next one will be right here on ZSR in 2 hours and 10 minutes between Necro and Cacao. That'll be commentated by Din and Liam6. So if you want more rando, stay tuned. 2 hours from now you'll have more. And there's another race tonight at 6 p.m. on ZSR2, which will be What the Hell's Happened versus Monstrous.
I couldn't have said it better. So shoutouts to Grim and Chimpanry for the commentary. Shoutouts to all of you, to over 650 viewers at some point.
Woo.
And yeah, we'll be back in a couple of hours. Actually, there might be a switch of channels depending on what happens. We might have something else at 8 p.m. My time, so 7 p.m. UTC. I can't tell for sure though yet, so keep an eye on the schedule. We might switch to ZSR2. Until then, catch you all later. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.
Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.